Perfect. Perfect. Yeah. Well, all right. Like you always say, welcome, welcome, welcome. Number one sports talking D. We ain't like the Falcons, we won't blow the lead. Look, all we talk is who that, who got cut and who back. Rookies in the vets, players you should look at. It's the sports coma, you don't wanna miss it. Got the pre-game, party, post-game statistics. Get a visit from Sway, maybe DC or 5. It's the hottest thing smoking, Big Q and the guys. Go to YouTube and live, make sure you subscribe. Interviews inside the Saints locker room high. Talk to Drew, Jordan, Zach, Peyton, New Orleans, who that nation. Best believe when I say we bleed gold and black. Ain't a miracle or rivalry could ever hold us back. No, Beastquake, Bounty Gate, let the truth be told. It's the sports coma, all we know is say Super Bowl. Yeah.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
Yeah, he looked good. He looked really good. I know he's been chomping at the bit. Obviously, he's a guy who, has never missed time. Is always fighting through, things throughout the season. But man, such a tough guy, and a great competitor. So great to get him back. He looked really good, and so we'll see what that role is, and go from there.
Questions for me. Beyond that, Alvin is obviously healthy. Has there been anything noticeably different about him this year?
I think we've all seen him make some plays here over the last few weeks that we're used to seeing, and yet at the same time it's like there's this extra gear, like there's this extra juice. You see defenders take angles on him that look like they're going to be able to make the play, and all of a sudden he gets to the edge, or he breaks the tackle or whatever it might be, and you just kind of shake your head. And he's a special athlete, special talent.
Next question's from Catherine Terrell.
What's the challenge of trying to plug someone in Thomas's spot when Thomas is likely a guy that gets like 80% of the reps in practice and has all these plays probably designed specifically for him in mind? What's the hardest thing about just trying to move on to next man up?
Well, I'd say at the receiver position, especially for receiver quarterback, it's time on task. So it's that rhythm, it's that trust, it's that familiarity with both them running the route and the timing and the rhythm of it, and then me seeing it and me being able to anticipate it, and so there's so much that goes into the execution of the passing game, or the precision of the passing game. So that takes time, and even when you've got multiple guys on the field, obviously they're all working in concert. They're all working together, and once again, there's a timing and a rhythm to how you're working through your progression and just all those things.
Next question's from Brett Martell.
Andrew, with Michael, even though he did play in week 1, it wasn't necessarily his typical game. I think it was his fewest catches since early 2017. Did you get a sense, looking back on that game, of why it played out that way? And at the same time, is it an example of how his presence can affect a game even when he's not getting all the balls?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, listen, that game's kind of a blur. I mean, I can remember a few plays from the Tampa game, but yeah, obviously his presence is a difference because at any moment he can make big plays, and he's obviously a featured guy. So it's good to have him back.
Next question's from Mike Triplett.
Drew, mine's a little off the beaten path, but we've got 2 Texas high school quarterbacks in this game. That happens a lot in the NFL. Who do you think is the best Texas high school quarterback of all time?
Well, do we have like a top 10 that you want to rattle off?
Well, you're a candidate. Chase was a candidate. Kyler Murray, it's our Arizona Cardinals writer who's asking the question.
Okay.
Was it Garrett Gilbert, or somebody who didn't have, who took it by storm recently? But, maybe somebody that doesn't get the notoriety because he didn't have the career that you know of.
I think at one point, I can't remember when in my career we did this, but we had somebody pull the statistics on all the Texas quarterbacks in the NFL, and then basically all the quarterbacks by state. So obviously California had a bunch, but Texas was by far the one that had the most. And this was all quarterbacks. So not just starters, even though there was probably 8 starters or so on that list. So 25% of the league was starting quarterbacks were Texas high school quarterbacks, and there was a bunch of backups. I mean, listen, going back to the Detmers, both the Detmers were Texas kids. Baker Mayfield, of course. Johnny Football was in there too. There's quite a few guys. Listen, I know this. I mean, certainly for me, I think there's definitely a sense of pride, having played Texas high school football and been a part of that. Everybody's read the book Friday Night Lights, right? I remember reading that as a kid, about Odessa Permian, to the point where when I got to high school, I begged our coach to schedule a game with Odessa Permian. Yeah, I mean, those are incredible experiences, really unique, I think, to any place or sport.
Thank you.
Questions from Fletcher Mackel.
I was going to ask a question Stafford related. I remember back in 2009, he made his first start against you all when he was a rookie, which for some of us seems like yesterday, but I know that's been 11 years. Is it hard to believe with his arm talent, and I know there's a lot of factors that go into it, just the fact that he's been the franchise quarterback there for that long, yet he has never won a playoff game? And again, I know there are a lot of factors, but just the talent he has and maybe the overall lack of success, and I feel like that's a mind-blowing stat that he's never won a playoff game.
Like you said, there's a lot that goes into that. I've got a ton of respect for Matt. I think he's had a great career. I've always been really impressed with the way he plays, and there's no doubt he's in the top 3 in regards to arm talent, and has been ever since he stepped foot in the league. He makes some throws that you just kind of shake your head at. There's only a handful that make some of the throws that he makes.
Next question's from Nick Underhill.
I don't know if I'm going to ask this the right way, but having a guy like Mike that is going to get open in a second almost every single time and catch virtually every pass, does that allow you to play faster? You kind of touched on the progressions, but what kind of luxury is that, knowing you have that option there, basically every single time?
Well, once again, it's not that easy. There's always within the framework of the game plan. You know, you still go through your read. There's still a thought process and a mindset on every play. I mean, certainly knowing that you have a guy like Mike, and you know, if you like that matchup, you know, depending on the situation, you know, that can be, you know, kind of a big alert in your mind. Yeah, it definitely makes a difference.
Next question's from Rod Walker.
Hey, Drew, how close do you feel like this team is to, you know, getting it all together and everything just clicking for you all?
I mean, listen, we're a few plays away, you know, I'd say on both sides of the ball. And that's usually the way it is, you know, especially early on in a season. You know, you're still trying to find your rhythm. And, you know, it's unfortunate that, you know, that becomes a little more glaring because of the losses, right? You know, plenty of times, you know, early in a season, you're still working your way through things, but you're finding ways to win games. I think at the end of the day, you just have to recognize what wins and loses. And, I mean, I can think of one play on offense and one play on defense that I'm sure would have been a huge difference in that game the other night, you know? So if you can win a majority of them, you know, and if you can, you know, do the things that you know result in winning football, I think your percentages go way up. It's as simple as that.
Next question's from Amy Just. This isn't as off topic as Mike's question, but it's still a little out there. All of y'all have the things that you do off the field in terms of just engaging with society. But with Cam in particular, he's really taken a big leadership role in getting people registered to vote. He's one of the few spokespeople across the entire NFL with NFL votes. I guess, what do you make of the work that he's been doing there, whether that's with the community or with your team? Yeah.
You know what? I'm not sure if there's a guy who does more than Cam. I'm so impressed with what he's done, really ever since he's been here. I mean, I think just about every Tuesday he's going to speak to a school, an elementary school, middle school, high school. He's out there wanting to influence young people in a positive way. He's obviously got a great personality. He's somebody who can identify with anyone and carry on a conversation with anybody. He's very engaging, very outgoing, and just fun to be around, you know. But for a guy to donate his time and listen, he's got a wife and 3 kids, you know, and so he's got plenty of responsibilities off the field, and yet I think he's very generous with his time in that regard. And man, I can't tell you how many times I've seen Cam on TV over the last 3 months, you know, talking about getting registered to vote and how to do it and helping people with the process. So I think it just speaks to his heart and him wanting to not only give back to this community, but really focus on the things that I think affect our society the most.
Who that to the Black and Gold family members in the live stream? Who that to the beautiful Black and Gold family members chiming in this installment of the Sports Coma? Big ups to the family members in a live stream. Big ups to the family as we come into this one on Wednesday Saints Talk. Big ups to the family members indeed chiming in the Sports Coma. Who that to you? All the beautiful Black and Gold family members in the building. Who that? Good to see y'all in the chat. Brian Pearson, who that to you? 985 Live, what up, fam? Aquan Butler, what up, fam? Good to see you in the chat as well. GM Kev, what's up? Shedrick, what up, Shedrick? Good to see you in the chat as well. Big ups, family. Big ups to you and Yerm. GM Kev, that Ferg 318 Tyra, who that to y'all in the building as well. Let's see who else we got there. William Dickerson, who that to you? Will, good to see you in the chat as well. Big ups to you. Revolt Control, chiming in, my dog Revolt in the building. B Jizzle in the building. What up, fam? Good to see you in the chat as well. Iceman in the building. Brother Jerry's in the building. Who that to y'all, brothers? Ramsey, who that to you? Ramsey, good to see you. Who that Nation for Life? Who that to your family? Good to see you in the chat. JT, who that to you, brother? Much blessings to you and Yearns as well in this installment of the Sports Coma. Big ups to the rest of the family members. Rush Hour, I see your family. Good to see you in the chat as well. Aaron, who that to you as well, family, and all the beautiful Black and Gold family members chiming in this installment of the Sports Coma, family. Good to see y'all in this installment. Ferg says they asking Drew those watered down liquor questions. Well, I mean, man, listen, man. You know, y'all seeing it like I'm seeing it. Y'all hearing the questions, asking about college, about Texas quarterbacks. That's why they got to go, man. I'm sorry, man. That's why you got to go, man. Who told you to ask that question, man? Nobody that's a Saints fan care about that question about who's the best Texas quarterback in the group. Who cares, man? We don't care about that, man. Tyrone T-Bone, what up, Tyrone? Who that to you, fam? That's why old media got to go, fam. Nobody want to know that crap. Who that to the Black and Gold family members chiming on this edition? Hit the like button, family. Please hit the like button as we go. All right, family, I'm going to try not to keep you too long on this installment of the Sports Coma. We're going to cover a few news items before the injury report. Of course, the Saints made an addition. And momentarily, you know, I'm going to put the stuff on screen for the family so they can see the Saints did. And we're going to show the newest player the Saints made. Just give me a second. I'm just, last minute, I had just seen something just hit my imagination. So I'm going to show with the family members in a second the latest installment on the installment of Sports Coma. So before we get going, family, I'd like to say, give you a big shout out in the chat. Thank you for joining us. Please hit the like button. And we're going to fire off in this one. I'm going to try not to keep y'all too late on this installment. We're coming at you about 7 o'clock today. Have some other stuff that I had to take care of. But Thursday show, we'll come back with some more meat and potatoes on the Thursday show, Friday show, of course. And so on, leading up into until the preview, which is for Friday show, when we do a full out preview on the Detroit matchup. We'll have more and more interviews. We'll have some more injury report news and some more other news. Devin, see who that to you, Devin. Good to see you in the chat as well, family. Thank you for joining us. So just give me a second, family, and we'll get into it. We'll start off with the injury report, and then we'll move into what we need to move into. So just a second, I'll share my screen with y'all. Keontae, who that to you, Keontae? Big up, family. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us, Keontae. All right, let's keep going. We're going to start off with this one, man. Saints injury report. Here we go. All right, and it's the first on the scene. Of course, New Orleans has 8 players listed on the injury report as of Wednesday. Who are those players? All right, let's take a look. Andrews Pete, we know that. Ankle, he did not practice. Don't expect to see him for a while. He's on the injury list. Tight end Jared Cook dealing with a groin issue. He's on the list as well. Jared Cook is there. Cornerback Janoris Jenkins is on the list with an illness. Hopefully he'll be ready to play as well. Marcus Davenport was limited once again, and we'll see how that goes. Marcus Davenport limited elbow. Marshawn Lattimore had a hamstring issue. So you have both your starting cornerbacks dealing with issues, although I think Janoris Jenkins, we'll see what's going on with him. But hamstring issues with Marshawn Lattimore could explain a lot. David Onyemata is dealing with that calf. He didn't play last game. He was limited. Mike Thomas did return in limited capacity. And Chase Hansen, the special teams linebacker, did return after dealing with some hip injuries issue. So really interesting, man. Jared Cook, groin situation. He has an issue with that. Now cornerbacks are one with an illness, Marshawn with a hamstring. He was limited, so we'll see how that plays, man. Very interesting. That's why I say you always have to make sure you go out and bring veterans in that can actually help the team. Ghostface Griller, who that to your family? Good to see you in the chat. Thank you for joining us on the show today. And to be honest with your family, I'm not really surprised about this because I did see, maybe this explains Lattimore, not looking as good as he could. But man, listen, they have not played too well. They've been on the field too long, and that's been a major concern. Okay, let's keep it going here. Let's go on down here to Detroit Lions to see what they got. Oh, they don't have too many people. Desmond Trufant, the former Atlanta Falcon, he dealing with hamstring issues. He was limited. Tight end Hunter Bryant is dealing with a hamstring issue. So he's not there. I say Hunter Biden. Hunter Bryant dealing with hamstring issues. Deshaun Hand, the big defensive lineman, he's dealing with chest. He was limited. All those guys limited. Safety CJ Moore dealing with a calf situation. He did not play in as well. So most of their key people are not in bad shape. The Saints have several players really interesting that's on this list, man. Jared Cook, we'll see what's going on with him. Jenkins, we'll know. Davenport's limited. Marshawn Lattimore. We need all these guys, man. All of these guys from here on down need to contribute in a serious capacity. All right, let's move on to the next article right here. And it says Saints wide receiver LaJordan Humphrey is on the injury list. Okay, they put Humphreys on the injury list and signed wide receiver Malik Henry to the practice squad. That's right, not Hakeem Butler. Johnny Rocket, who that to you? Good to see you in the chat, in the chat, family. Big ups to you. All right, they signed LaJordan. They put Jordan on the injury, Humphreys on the injury list, and signed Malik Henry. And I was having difficult times trying to find a picture of Malik Henry, but and just like the reporters do, like they'll put that information. People are like, who the hell is Malik Henry? But they'll put a picture of Humphreys. But if you look at the article, it says he was placed on injury practice squad version of the injury list according to the league's transaction list. His injury specifics are not yet known. He missed practice last Friday and again on Wednesday. While he remains on the injury list, Humphrey does not count against the 16-man practice limit. As a corresponding move, the Saints did sign wide receiver Malik Henry out of Georgia. And y'all just wait just a second. I'm going to show y'all a picture of Mr. Henry. Henry, not to be confused with the player out of Last Chance U, went undrafted last year and signed on with the San Francisco 49ers as free agent. He signed with their practice squad after getting waived during roster cuts in October of 2019. Prior to New Orleans, he was with the Colts, signing the practice squad in December. He was with the Colts August 12th and being waived after spending roughly 2 weeks on the reserve C-19 list. So once again, we know that LaJordan Humphrey has been placed on the IR list, and they signed the newest Saint to the practice squad, wide receiver Malik Henry. Now, I'm going to give you guys a picture, John Thompson, who that to you, of Malik Henry. And here it is. All right, here's the picture right here. This is the picture of Malik Henry. Right here, as you can see, the blue colors from the university that he came from right here. And this is the picture of Malik Henry. You know what I'm saying? As you can see, 6'2", 200 some odd pounds, signed to the practice squad. As you can see, this is going to be a big move for the Saints right here. And as you can see, Malik Henry, y'all, welcome into the team. Malik Henry. That is the Malik Henry. Mr. Malik Henry is another picture of him right here. And another picture right here. And several dozen pictures right here of Malik Henry and several other players on the practice squad. As you can see, they took a list of them all together here. All right. Okay, let's keep it going. And this is a picture they took somewhere. They were at some type of combine. And they all took it together, as you could tell. And we just absolutely love it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the great thing about having these pictures. As you could tell, man, this is just a great deal here, man. And we see it right there. So bottom line, big ups to the family members joining us right here. And let's welcome in Malik Henry to the squad right here. And as you could tell right here, this is the team picture, practice squad players in all of their glory right here, hanging out together as one big happy family. So big ups to Malik Henry. That's right, family. Give it up to him as he is joining the practice squad as well. So we like to take Ghostface Griller like question marks. She said, that's not the man, Q. Oh, no, baby. What I'm saying is this is our interpretation of no-name players. People you don't know, this is what we refer to them as, great value. Y'all want to see that beautiful team photo again? Everybody, all of them standing together? Look at that. There they go. Ain't that nice? All of them standing together in perfect harmony, man. Give it up to them, man. That's a larger frame shot right there of them. There it is. All right. All right. Much love to them. Love that blue color, too. Big ups. Big ups. Big ups indeed. Oh, man. I'm just saying, man. Are these Super Bowl moves? I'm going to keep answering that question. I'm going to just keep asking that damn question. I'm going to keep asking it. Are these Super Bowl moves? I mean, who the hell is this kid? It's like the guy that he went to get from Canada. You know, you went way up to Canada doing the C-19 to go get that guy and then cut his ass 2 weeks later. Like, what the hell, man? I mean, any and everything but to do the stuff you know you're supposed to do, right? 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 Is that what it is? That dude is a true contrarian down to the bone gristle. I'm telling you. I mean, Peyton is a true contrarian. He knows he has to run the ball, but he won't run it despite you because he's going to try to win his own way. What a stubborn son of a gun that guy is, right, family? Original Hot Boy 504, good to see you in the chat. Big ups to your family. Much love to you, Joy. No Saint is in the building. Is he the first Chinese player in the NFL? There you go, Professor PT 504. You got it. 2 passes, first down. 2 passes. 2 rushes, first down. 2 rushes. Oh, I love that song. Oh, man, y'all done started something, man. Y'all done started something, fam. Y'all done started. So anytime it start annoying you and it ain't destroying the ball, you just hit that song. 2 rushes, first down. 2 rushes. Then you got to hear it. It's like the dude, it's like, you can't be the Yin Yang Twins. It got to be one of the 95 South dudes that's singing it. You know, that said 2 rushes. And then you said first down. 2 rushes, first down. Oh man, I tell you what, man, that's the great thing about the great Saint Think Tank, fam. We got to keep you laughing and stop you from crying. Oh man, I got to keep you laughing and stop you from crying, fam. The Iceman said put the applaud music on there. We're going to give it up, man. It's up for Malik Henry. That's for Malik Henry. Welcome to the Saint, Malik. Up to the Saints, Malik Henry. That's for you, brother. That's right. Welcome on and welcome to the team, man. You know, we're gonna do it right. We're gonna do it right. 2 rushes. All right, family. Big up to you, Sport Talk 365. Jeremiah says, Big Q, what'd you think about the debate? Good or bad? It was fun watching it. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. 2 old suckers sitting up there fussing at each other, man. Oh, man, come on, man. And then they start talking about each other's family, you know, and old boy over there getting all that money from China. I mean, just dirtiness all over the place. They got plenty of mud to sling because they both got mud. They just pull it off themselves and throw it at each other. Oh my goodness, man. It was funny, man. That's how I interpret it. That's how I interpret it, man. Isn't it something? Anyway, let's keep it rolling, family. All right. Brother Jerry says, why Crawley, man? I mean, listen, bro. I have absolutely no idea. But this kid here, and then not to mention Amy Just, who covered this, that wrote the story about this guy, didn't even tell you how tall he was. Ain't tell you a damn thing about the man. But I'll tell you, he was 6'2", about 200 pounds. Coming out of West Georgia is where he played his ball at. And he was brought into the Saints practice squad to do something. I don't know what he's supposed to do, but I don't anticipate much coming out of him to help out. But you know, as you look at what the Saints have on the practice squad, man, you update the practice squad players. You got Ken Crawley on there. You got this wide receiver cat they just added, Grant Haley, Tony Jones Jr., Keith Washington's there, Garrett Griffin's there, 2 linebackers, and Batchy and Dowell are there. Marcus Willoughby, who's the edge rusher, is there. Cameron Thomas there. Kelvin Throckmorton is there. Anthony Zettel, who I mean, he's a defensive end. They don't use him. Austin Carr is also there. Jawan Johnson, the big wide receiver, is there. And, of course, LaJordan Humphreys placed on IR for the young wide receiver the Saints ultimately picked up today, who will just be on the practice squad. His name is Malik Henry, 6'2", 200 pounds. Not much to talk about, but just a practice squad body. Not nothing really exciting, is it? But it is what it is, family. It's a funny situation, man. Really, it is, man. It's funny, but it's funny, but it's not funny. But I opened the broadcast up today with Drew Brees, family, because I wanted to kind of get a sense of, what Drew was thinking. Of course, we made no mentioning of the running game or nothing of that sort. And of course, it's still the middle of the week as we are now transitioning away from the Green Bay Packer game into Detroit, which usually from a show standpoint, we start kind of turning our head toward the upcoming matchup, and then the Thursday and Friday games be based around the Lions and stuff pertaining to the Saints and the Lions matchup, which they're relatively healthy coming to this game. And the importance of this is really is key for the Saints. You know, obviously you want to be able, if you don't know all the Saints, you want to be able to beat the Detroit Lions. You have 2 games before the bye week. The Lions in our regular 12 o'clock spot, which would be good to finally get back on Sunday at our regular time, which is at 12 o'clock Central Time. And of course, the next week after this game is a Monday night game with the Chargers. And listen, they're a fighting team, man. They lost a few of these games, but not because they're not trying. This is a very difficult team, and they're going to give you everything they got. It'll be interesting to see how it shakes, but to keep pace with the Bucs, well, I think the Bucs will probably have a flub, a game or two, but we'll see how it shakes. Sport Talk says Detroit has made Adrian Peterson their lead back. Adrian Peterson has been doing a terrific job. He'll be motivated against the Saints front. Of course, he had that bad experience when Sean Payton brought him down here. I remember the whole situation when Payton signed him, and he only signed with the team because Payton promised him reps in the game. And he said, yeah, you come on down here, I'll get you the reps. Of course, he couldn't do it. Sean Payton couldn't stick to it. Adrian Peterson was getting there 3 or 4 times a game, and that's not what he signed up for. So, of course, they become the mean mug snares when Adrian Peterson was mean mugging him. And, of course, Payton ultimately chose to trade him away. Well, he got traded away. He went to Washington for a few years, did some stuff. But what you realize when you have Adrian Peterson is prior to those couple of years, Peterson missed several years with injuries, healing, and he was out of football, healing up for a couple of years. And then when he came back motivated to push forward a little further on that rushing chart. And I'm not surprised that he'll be really motivated against the Saints. And that's really, I don't care what age he is, tackling an angry Adrian Peterson is not a good, he's been looking pretty starch in these games with Detroit. He's been looking pretty mean, man. And he's healthy. And when he's healthy like that, Adrian Peterson, it still can be a force. He still can surprise you. So thank you for that, Sport Talk. Appreciate you, fam. All right. Big ups. All right. William says, yo, Key, you need to get the clapping sound effects. All right. Derry, who there to your family? Good to see you in the chat. Iceman said, my thing is why Aqib Talib and Matthews still out there. What are the Saints doing? Talib retired. The Patriots was asking about Talib a couple of weeks ago, and he told them that he's retiring. And he's going to go on television and talk about sports, and that seems to be the only thing they could do. It's like, I ain't going to talk about football no more. I'm going to just go on TV and talk about it. I ain't going to play, but I'm going to go talk about it. That seems to be the 1-2 step for most people, which knocks out a lot of other people from getting jobs on there, the people that go to, to college or whatever to do that, but it is what it is. But listen, yeah, that's why Talib is out there. And I don't know which Matthews are you referring to. Is still out there. What the Saints doing? All right. Gundam said, what up, Big Q? What up, Gundam? Good to see you in the chat, bro. Big ups to you as well. Sport Talk says, okay, thank you for that, bro. Ghostface is funny, but sadly true. Yes, it is. It is true. It is true. That's where we are now. Isn't that something? Who that nation said, wasn't Malik Henry a quarterback in college, Big Q? No, he was a wide receiver. That's another dude named Malik Henry. Malik Henry was another dude. See, he got the same name as the other guy from what was it? Last Chance U. That's why It's the same name, but it's not the same dude. This guy is a wide receiver. Not much on him, man. Not much statistically. Mostly a practice squad guy. Hadn't done much in the league so far. And the Saints found him and say, "Hey, you want a job? Yeah, come on." And that's how we got him here. So I mean, all these Super Bowl moves. That's all I keep asking over and over again. Iceman says, "Put on a shirt, 2 rushes, first down." Yeah, you might have to do that, Iceman. All right, who that Nation for Life said, was it Malik Harris? Okay, no, I think I just answered that for you, bro. Thank you. Iceman says, somebody need to start that a chant in the Super Bowl, 2 rushes. As soon as they let him back up in there, we need to do that. Lori, who that to you, Lori? Good to see your family. She says, hi from Destin. You must be on vacation, baby. Happy vacation. If that's what you sound like, Destin, that's vacation time right there, Lori. Well, you go ahead and have plenty of fun out there. All right, who that to you? No Saints said that guy was a beast in AA high school. Okay. Iceman says, yo, I'm literally in tears. Can't guard Juice. What up, Can't guard Juice? Says Big Q to go. Who that? Who that to you? Thank you, bro. Appreciate you joining us. All right. And you're right, Lori. It was a joke, and they were interrupting each other. But, I guess when you're the president, you can do whatever you want. But that other guy ain't have no stage presence either, man. You could tell that guy was starting to deteriorate. I don't know what was going on. But I think he might be a little too old to be doing it, man. Not to make something about, but you got to be. It just seemed like he just don't have it, They might want to consider getting somebody a little bit more healthier, because I can see the man is really dealing with something, like issues of remembering stuff. You can see him following. And sometimes, you're just not as sharp as you used to. And these might not be him. And I know a lot of sharp, older, experienced people that still got it, man. They like that. That guy ain't take care of himself. I'm telling you, because they got a lot of older people, man, that his age that's just right on it, man. Just right on it. Just there. He just was a guy. I guess he ain't take care of his mind like a lot of the older people I know. But they know that, and I don't know why they chose that guy, man. I don't understand that. Well, then again, I do understand. I know exactly what's going on, to be honest with your family. So, official Johnny Rock says adding Crawley means downhill. Saints better off going after Earl Thomas. Yeah, and I seen a report on that, Johnny, about him looking at the Texans. But could you imagine having Earl Thomas on the back of this little Q? We already got Swearing Girl. We got this clown Marcus Williams. I'm like, man, Marcus Williams is no. He'll start looking better as the defense looks better. But, man, I don't know, man. Questions. And you're looking at guys and say, okay, should we bring this guy back? This guy should be playing at an all-pro level right now. He's had 4 years of starting reps to get there. How much more damn time does this dude need? He's been starting since he's a rookie, and this is 3rd year. And he just goes brain neutral. It just turns off in the plays. I'm like, that happens all the time. Like the play when he just pushed the guy and grabbed the guy for the pass interference without even looking back. Before you do that, can you at least look and see where the ball is? I mean, he just like, then the guy threw a flag like, that's easy. And then he looked back and he had that stupid face. That dumb Marcus, when you did something stupid and you had that dumb Marcus Williams face. Oh, man. I mean, it's just amazing to me, man. If you watch him, bro, and you see, let me see if I can pull up a picture. It's like, what you mean, that dumb Marcus Williams face? Yes, hopefully, maybe I could pull up a picture of it and be able to show some of the family members. But, man, for a guy that's been playing as long as he's been playing for the Saints, he sure makes a lot of mistakes. This is 4 years, and we're supposed to be seeing the best of Marcus Williams. But it's just like one of those things, man. You're like waiting for him to blow. It's been 4 years. You're supposed to be there. You're supposed to be playing at that level, and he gives you good statistics. But, man, I'd rather just listen. If he getting intercepted, I'd rather take all that here. Take these tackles. Take all them picks over the years. Here, take that back and get your ass out of here. Come on. I mean, you just, for all that, all you do some of this stuff and just throw it all out the window. I just don't get it. I just don't get it about the kid, man. and he's supposed to be smarter next to next to Malcolm Jenkins. Malcolm's supposed to help him see. Man, that kid, man. We'll see, but I wouldn't be mad at Earl Thomas. See, Super Bowl or bust means, that's what it means, family. Super Bowl or bust pretty much means that we're going all the way out. If I'm signing Earl Thomas, I'm signing listen, what if tomorrow, I'm going to pose this to the family members in the live stream. I'm going to ask y'all guys this. Thank you, Crass, for posting them links, bro. Thank you for that. I'm going to ask y'all this, man. I'm going to ask y'all this in the chat. If the Saints tomorrow signed Clay Matthews and Earl Thomas, what would you guys say? What would you say? Let's say tomorrow you woke up in the headlines where the Saints signed Earl Thomas and Clay Matthews to contracts, to 1-year deals. What would be your response when you heard that? Put it in the chat and I'm gonna read it. Put it in the chat and we're gonna read it. What would be your response if you woke up tomorrow and read online that the Saints have signed Earl Thomas and Clay Matthews to 1-year agreements? What would your response be? I want you to put that in the chat. Let me know what your responses would be. You know, let me know what you guys would think about that. Put that in the chat, because I'd be interested to know what you guys think. Kyle Davis, who that to you, Kyle? Big ups to you. Much love to you, my brother. Big ups to you. Prayers to you, too, out there, bro. All right, Ghostface says we should sign MacGyver. He could rig something to blow us. I ain't gonna lie, MacGyver was a bad guy, man. He was a bad dude, man. He was a bad dude. Especially, I'm talking about old 80s MacGyver. You know what I'm saying? Ghostface Grill. I remember seeing some of the new shows were pretty cool, but the old MacGyver is what I'm thinking about. But yeah, why not? He better than Crawley. 985 Live said this is a Super Bowl of bust. It's definitely been a bust so far. All right. Hey, you're right, bro. Last Saint says Drew Brees will finally have his max security blanket back. Thank God. Yeah, well, they could say the reason why the Saints losing because Mike Thomas is not there. They could say that. They could say that, but people ain't keeping it real. They know 2 rushes. 2 rushes. 2 rushes. That's the answer to it all. I made a song about it. 2 rushes. 2 rushes. That's the song. 2 rushes. 2 rushes. That's the answer to it all. That's how you get them to learn. Sometimes you got to make a song out of it, man. And then you got to sing it at the games. Or you got to sing it, man. You got to sing it together, man. 2 rushes. But you got to sing it like the dude from 95 South would sing it. You know, Tootsie Roll. That voice, like that vibe, like, let me see your Tootsie Roll. I mean, y'all probably, that's old school, but that's the type of dude, that's the group that would make the 2 rushes first down. They would sing it with that vibe, you know what I'm saying? With that rhythm. And you got to have that same type, that type of voice. You got to put that with the 2 rushes. And that's how you get the most out of it. That's how you do it. I'm telling you, that's what it is. But listen, y'all watch all of the stuff, man. They hint around it. Like I read y'all the report on TSC Q&A last night. By the way, big ups to the family members that chimed in there. Appreciate your GM Kev, 985 Live, Brother Tory, Brother Dada, and the rest of the family members chiming in as well. Big ups to the family as well. That just hit my mind before I continue, man. I'd like to give a shout out to Brother Derek Lockett and Scoob. Haven't seen them brothers. I'm going to have to reach out to them brothers and check on them and see how they do it. I hope Derek doing. I haven't heard from Brother Derek in a while. If anybody got him, contact him and let him know, family. Holler at him. Let him know, big ups to him and Brother Scoob, who was here a few days ago. It just crossed my mind, man. But yes, no doubt about it, family. The reality is 2 rushes. That's the reality. And they ain't hitting at it. The article we covered on TSC Q&A, let me tell you something. That article we did, we watched, we covered on the show the other night. We read that article, and that showed you everything you need to know about some DSing going on with these media people. Let me tell you. The guy basically talked about the running game, had a nice article. He got to the part when he got to about running the football, which is the things on the list he was worried about. He put the rush attack, running the ball, third or fourth. I think it was third on the list, right? And then he wrote a really good, interesting fact piece about it, put the facts there. And then at the back end of it, before he finished it, he says, now, I don't presume to know more football about Sean Payton about this, but you know, such and such. So what I was saying was he didn't put that little disclaimer anywhere in the article. He was talking about the passing game, special teams, wide receivers. When they got to the running game, he said in the article that, you know, I don't presume to be a football try like crap. See, and I'm saying he did that in there because he knows that he'll get in trouble with Sean Payton. I'm telling y'all. Sean Payton watches that stuff. People say, well, Q, he don't got time for that. That's bull. A guy with a massive ego like that knows that if he got somebody that's in the media that's talking mess about him, he ain't going to want him up in that building because he don't want to deal with none of that. That's how he said, well, Q, I don't know about that. Oh, really? How do you think he took the time to research who Amy Just was? She just popped up on the scene. She ain't old to the scene. She just got down here not too long ago. She knew down here. So how he knew who she was and where she come from. Remember he checked her and told her that and said, well, this is how we do it down, all this kind of stuff. And even knew what she worked at prior. Remember that? Come on, man. A massive ego gonna know who's talking about him and what he need to do to keep them from destroying what he got going on over there. Which means you don't have to worry about nobody destroying what you got on there. You keep that goddamn ego up, it's going to destroy itself because a massive out of control ego eventually implodes everything around it like a massive black hole or something. It sucks in all things until there is nothing left. Implodes the entire structure in the building because you'll get to a moment in the season, a moment of truth when you're going to have to make a decision on whether you're going to run the ball or whether you're going to do some foolishness. And you're going to have to sooner or later be forced with that move. This is a small town, family. It is. This is a small area. And usually when you're talking big and bold, people know they listen to your stuff. And people that listen, trust me, the players listen. They got people in the building, the training staff, people in the marketing department, people in the ticket department. Then people listen to your stuff. I'm telling you, I know. And nobody is more critical about Peyton than I am. The difference is with me, I hit you with them receipts that you can't get away from. I hit you with them receipts. You can't discount football knowledge. You can't. You can say whatever you gonna say, but you can't discount the truth. You can't discount it. And the fact that in that same piece, I just wanted to bring this information up, that in that same piece we covered on TSC Q&A Live last night, Tuesdays at 6 on Patreon. Please join our family. We'll be having fun on that show, man. But we covered that piece. We also covered it's a section of the show we call The Haters, where we play interviews from the hate media and we break the tape down. We break what they're saying down and just literally take them apart on the show. So that's really fun too. I enjoy that. But in that, it was a really good piece. But and this came from the writer, and I got to give him credit for it. And I'm going to tell you who it is. It was Johnson, Luke Johnson, down from the Time-Picayune. And I'm going to tell you something, Luke Johnson. Stop DSing, bro. Tell the truth, man. Tell the truth and ask the questions. That's how people gonna love you. They'll hoist and elevate you if you do that. Ask the questions. Ask the questions. Ask the questions the people want to know. We don't care about who's the best quarterback in Texas, who's a Pro Bowl player right now. We don't care about that. We are New Orleans Saints people. We care about winning on the field and why the team is falling short. So when you have the opportunity to write these articles, keep it real. Don't sit up here acquiescing to Sean Payton. That's wrong to do that. I'm just keeping it real. Because I'm not going to ask you to do nothing I don't acquiesce to him. I know that, and let me tell you something. I said, like I tell everybody, that I was a Saints fam. I was Saints fam, not fan, but fam, like family, before Sean Payton came down here, and I'll be one long when he gone. Did you hear what I just said? Same with you out there. Same way. Long as you've been here longer than he has. You seen him come and you seen him go, didn't you? Huh? But you never switched colors. Even though the people that were on the team switched teams and went and played for the rivals, you didn't switch teams and put their gear on. You stayed black and gold, whether it was bad or good. You rock with the team. I'll rock with the team. You understand me? Because at any given time, these guys could leave and go somewhere and play against your team. You see? It's a hired gun mentality. Anyway, the reality is the statistic that he broke about that was really powerful in that article was he said that in the last 13 minutes, now y'all hear me on this, the last 13 minutes of the Green Bay Packers game, right? And y'all gonna love the song after this. The last 13 minutes, according to the article, the Saints ran the ball one time. The last 13 minutes of the game, the Saints ran the ball. They had 15 passes in one rush. And you want to know which one and what one rush it was? It was when Taysom, who was supposed to throw the ball, kept the ball, and then the guy was holding the ball like this, and the guy just punched it out. Turnover, game over. One rush. But by the way, you had Latavius Murray, who he was supposed to be faking the ball to. But the question I asked Taysom Hill, what the hell was you looking at, bro? Huh? What were you looking at? Because when you was in the shotgun was designed where you have enough time to look at what they're giving you and whether you're going to go with the pass or the run. You were in the shotgun so you can span out, look around and see if you can see them creeping up to the line. And obviously they were, because they're not going to drop back in the coverage when Taysom Hill comes into the game. Everybody know Taysom Hill coming into the game, get up in the box, right? When he snapped the ball, they had 7 people in the box. They had 4 linemen and 3 linebackers that was in that box. Taysom, what you was going to do? What the hell was you going to do? With 7 Packers in the box? What you was going to do? You couldn't do nothing. You would have to, and that's why the guy split out to the left. He was supposed to throw that ball, but he misread it, kept it, didn't even secure the ball right, and ended up the guy punched it out of there. It was totally wrong. Now, what's the issue here? Issue is 2 things. That in 13 minutes of the game, you had 15 passing plays and 1 running play, despite the fact that the Saints were averaging 6.1 yards per carry against the Green Bay Packers. Even Phil Simms' dumbass son said that on his lame podcast when he said, for whatever reason, the Saints just went away from the run. No, it wasn't for whatever reason. The reason is Sean Payton. Let's stop saying whatever reason. Like it was left up into the hands of some spooky mystic force that ultimately decided to go in this run. No, cut it out. That's Sean Payton. Sean Payton decided, nope, we're going to just throw it all the time. And one-dimensionalized himself, even though the Saints had the power to run the ball. The Packers couldn't stop them. You had Latavius Murray, and then the foolish part about it is that play, that was a play action. You know, you think they stupid enough to not understand you've been running straight plays all this time. We know you don't like to run the ball. See, that's the thing you think we the only ones that know this? That only Saints fans can get this podcast? We got Packers people, Titan people, everybody know everybody junk. It's open secret. It's open source, as they call it. You can go and look at the tape and see what's wrong with the Lions or the Packers or the Raiders or the Bucks. You can look at the tape. It's all on film. It's all out in the open. You just got to know how to interpret the film. And everybody know that, and they all know it. Gruden knew it, that if he stuck to the run, he would beat Sean Payton, because eventually Sean Payton will one-dimensionalize himself. He'll do stuff like, instead of running the ball with Latavius Murray, he would throw the ball up and down the scrimmage line, which makes no sense to me. I'm sorry. Why are you throwing the ball up and down the scrimmage line as opposed to running the ball directly? I thought the shortest distance between 2 points was a straight line. That's what they told me in geography course, in geography class. Isn't that true? You know, what I look like going all the way to China to get to New York. You taking a long way, huh? Yeah, I'm going to go to Alaska and then take the Alaskan flight. And then I'm going to go all the way up to China. Then we're going to go all the way around the other way over Europe. And then we're going to come back to New York. I took the scenic route. I just don't, it's Peyton. And he's like, well, how he do that? Because there is no ramification for what he does. I can do this shit and get away with it. Nobody going to tell me nothing. Kanye West. You can't tell me nothing. That's why Sean acts like that. Because there's no media that's going to jump his bones and tell him, listen, you're wrong for that. You underhanded for that. There is no paper media or no Times Picayune, Advocate, whoever you got. None of them going to call Sean Payton out on this mess. All of them write all these articles and they don't say nothing about Sean Payton depriving the team of the running game. They don't say none of that. And then when they do mention the running game, they put it 3 or 4 levels into the article with a little disclaimer. I don't claim to know more than Coach Payton. Why? Because you know Payton reading that. He said, listen, let's get him on up out of here. Pull that get that press pass up out of here. I know, man. I know. Small media, small town, somebody, and they regurgitating the same talking points because they playing the game. You're too cozy. That's why I say it's time for them to go. Because you're not keeping it real with the people. You're too cozy with the establishment people. You're too cozy. That's why you need to go. That's why people not resonating with these people no more. And know that they asking milquetoast questions. Why you not asking why he's not running the? Well, I refuse to see. I'm waiting for a reporter smart enough and intelligent and ballsy enough to ask Sean Payton, why are you calling the plays as opposed to Pete Carmichael? Wouldn't it be better for you to let Coach Pete Carmichael call the plays and you become the head coach? That way that there is some accountability? Or ask him the question, is there anybody in your coaching staff or above you that call you out when you have bad play calling outings? Where was that question? Where was that? You had 2 years, two weeks worth of calls. You could have asked those questions. Do you hear them? How many people out here writing articles? How many of them doing podcasts? And they don't ask these questions. It's only a handful of people asking these questions, family. It's only a handful of people brave enough and strong enough, more and ballsy enough to call it like it is. There ain't too many of them. They sitting here being apologists for the man because they don't want to deal with the blowback of saying something. And then the fans say, well, man, that guy ain't no Saints fan because he don't sound like a Saints fan. He don't sound like a programmed, brainwashed ass Saints fan that say Sean Payton could do whatever he want. He the coach of the team and I backs him 100%. Who thinks like that but a brainwashed puppet ass fan? And you deserve everything that you get, brainwashed puppet ass Saint fan. But here in the Great Saint Think Tank, we preach and create an environment of courage and strength and telling it like it is. And not being a brainwashed fan that put up with bullshit from the coaching staff and don't want to call them out. You know, I mean, come on, man. Reality, this is the reality we facing. I read all their stuff. Well, the majority of them, because some of them, they just make me sick. I'm serious. Some stuff, I read some of them, the ones I like. I'll read them. Some of that other stuff, I let it go because they're DSing out there, man. I just can't rock with that. I can't rock with you if you're DSing out there. I'm sorry. But these are real questions that need to be asked. Why are you still the offensive coordinator calling the plays? Why are you fussing at the guys on offense when obviously your play calling is the reason why everything is unsynced? Why aren't you running the ball more? Why don't you switch your philosophy to run the ball more versus the pass? Don't you think that Drew Brees would benefit from being the secondary member and a secondary member of the team insofar as the running game? Shouldn't we put the running game as the primary weapon of mode of transportation for the football as opposed to the passing game? These are great questions. Like, man, Q, those are great questions, right? These are the questions. We all have them. They will never ask those questions. They'll never ask them. I'm telling y'all know like I know. Y'all read the crap. Y'all know. Hell, I read, and that's the question. They don't want to answer the question. They scared. They're scared that they're going to pull a press pass because you're going to wrinkle the water or put ripples in the water and they don't want to rock the boat. Don't rock the boat. Don't rock the boat. Don't create no waves. Just go with the flow. That's also bad thinking and a lot, you know. So, I mean, we need to rock the boat. And listen, Big Q ain't rocking the boat. The boat already goddamn rocking. The boat already rocking. The boat is rocking. People about to fall out the damn boat. And I'm trying to point out the reason why the boat rocking. Hey, bro, the boat rocking, bro, because they got a whale on the side, pushing on the side. Let's get that whale, you know, or whatever, you know. You know, that's a tsunami coming. You better get out the water. You know, that's all me. That's me with the blowhorn telling them, man, listen, bro, y'all, you know. But they're like, no, we got it, Q. We all right. All right, you got it. But that's what I'm saying about the question. See, you got a milquetoast media. You got a coach that's a tyrant, and he controls and manipulates the strings of the team. The administrators don't say nothing to him because they're making money. The guys below him don't say nothing because he picked guys that won't challenge him. Mike Nolan wasn't the defensive coordinator because Mike Nolan wouldn't have put up with that bull crap. Y'all know and I know that. Dennis Allen will put up with it. Rizzy and all these other cats, they'll put up with it. They'll put up with it, right? Know why? Because they don't want to rock the boat. They don't want to be like Nigel Bradham who says, man, I want some more snaps. Right? Nigel, get your shit and get up out of here, man. What, coach? I just said, nah, man, get your stuff and get up out of here, bro. I just wanted some snap. Nah, get up out of there. Reporter said, Q, hey, coach, what happened with that? What happened with Nigel Bradham? I just seen you do this and get him up out of there. He said, I just want to see what the young guys can do. And people said, man, Q, he ain't work out. Like, good grief, man. Damn, man. You must be a sucker and a penguin for every scam and scheme somebody bring to you. Because that type of thinking is what you gonna get. That's a sucker mentality, man. I mean, come on. It's absolutely insane. But anyway, let me hit the chat, man. But it's what it is, fam. Y'all know and I know. The problem is with Sean Payton, and we got a problem with the media. I'm calling it out. The media don't want to tell the truth. What good is having these people if they're going to placate to this man all the time? Especially if he not making the right moves. You're like, well, Q, listen, we going to give him some time, such and such. And of course, we're going to give him time and listen. They'll get it together simply because this team is a veteran team with a good locker room. You understand? And this is above him. Sometimes the locker room push forward and take control and they could be able to do what they need to do. But the reality is you can't get away from the fact that you was losing games simply because you were not balancing yourself against these other squads. I mean, that's the reality. You wasn't running the ball. Two rushes. You know? And it's 2 rushes. First down. It's 2 rushes first down because if you gave Latavius Murray the ball twice, he averages 5 yards a carry, 2 rushes. Hear me? Mathless math. And drew a little geography in there. The shortest points between 2 destinations is a squiggly line for Peyton. Hey, coach, what we running them plays along the line of scrimmage there, coach? Oh, just throw the ball out there. That's a running play now. You're going to throw the ball 10 yards down the line of scrimmage, and that counts as a running play. He pitches, then you have 2 wide receivers block for him as 2 linebackers barrel over those guys and tackle Kamara 2 or 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage. That's considered a running play to Sean Payton. 2 rushes. Actually handling the ball over. It's amazing, man. But we got problems here, man. We really do, man. We can't tell it like it is. And that's a shame. You can't. And that's what keeps it honest when you tell it like it is. And that's what people want to see. You even see the politicians nowadays getting more brazen on television. You notice that? It's the environment in the air, man. It's in the air is that if you know it's corruption, call them out. What you playing for? If you know it's a scam, say it's a scam. What you playing for? You know what I'm saying? And that's in the air because the people that's doing it, they're not going to stop themselves. Because let me tell you something. People that got problems like that, they can't stop themselves. You got to stop them. That's one of the major flaws of having a thought process like that. They can't stop themselves. It's up to you to get them. Just keeping it real. All right, big ups to the rest of the family members chiming in the chat. Lance Kelly, what up, fam? Good to see you in the chat. Big ups to your family. Okay, Laura says she's having a great time. All right, Laura, good for you, baby. You enjoy yourself out there. All right. No say yes, a choice between dumb and dumb. Oh, yeah, hey, man. I said it before, family. I've been saying it. It's a 2-party monopoly system. I've said it. You have hundreds of political parties in this country, but every 4 years, you only get to pick from 2 people, one from the red team, one from the blue team. How is that possible? They have hundreds of political parties in this country, but they keep all of them out to put their 2 guys there. I told you they was working together. I told you that. That's how you form a system. That's why you got a right wing and a left wing. Left wing, right wing. It means that that's the wings of the bird, the eagle. Got a left wing, a right wing. How a bird gonna fly with 1 wing? You can't. You need this side, and they need that side, and they work together, but they pretend like they don't like each other. Some of them actually don't like each other. You know, but they form alliances with places they don't have no business forming alliances to beat each other, even though they like each other. It's like 2 twins, even though the blue team is a lot older, at least 15 to 20 years older than the red team. But the red team is called the Grand Old Party. That's not the truth, man. You research it, the blue team a lot older than the red team. But they can tell you anything if you don't know history. See, I study that old stuff, man. That's why I'm a sportsman, you know. That old stuff is kind of foolishness to me, man, you know, because I know about two-party, the monopoly systems, you know, the illusion of choice, that sort of stuff. And it's a shame, man. But we getting there. A lot of people asking and talking like this. Years ago, people wouldn't know what you're talking about. But it's good to see people waking up about it, man. And I'm happy to see it. I've been, for years, I'd be like, man, people gonna wake up. And I've seen them waking up. I really do. And I just thank the Most High to see all these people waking up and realizing, you know, what's going on. So much love to the people. Hey, that's why I got so much faith and love in the people. And I say always the power is with the people. It's all up to the people, man. Not these bureaucrats that I keep telling y'all that. All right, let's get back on course here. Arnold, who that? Since we have a wide receiver who has not had a pass thrown to him at all. Yes! Are we going to make him a star? Is this Super Bowl moves, Arnold? What you think? All right. All right, Darius says Saints going on in. All right, okay. We got a Rush Out says, what up, fam? I haven't seen Scoob in the chat, man. Yeah, last time I talked to Scoob was last show, I think it was, a show before last. And he said he was doing good, but he's still, you know, dealing with the loss. He lost his mother, and we praying for him, man, as well. But, you know, it's always, you know, in your head, man. You gotta think about that. You know what I mean? You know, you think about people, and I communicated with him not too long ago, just to check on them, you know. But that's what people, you know, do that, you know, that's good people. We check on each other. We want to know, we pray for each other. We say words of empowerment to each other, you know. And I believe in that, man. I believe in it. I really do, man. Because you might be down and you might need an encouraging word. And you might not get it. You might be getting it. And I say, you listen here, baby. You know how Reverend Saint talk. Reverend Saint get on there and say, listen here, baby, let me tell you something, baby. I'm going to tell you something, baby. The bottom line is, baby, you know God is a Saints fan, baby. We're going to pray for you, baby. Everything going to be fine, baby. Listen, baby. There ain't no gain, baby, without a little pain, baby. You know, every now and again we go through stuff. But listen, baby, I know you can make it through it, baby. We done made it through it before, baby. We done did it, baby. We're going to be all right, baby. And I'm telling you, baby, that's the strength inside of you, baby. And that sound like, and Reverend Saint come at you like that, and that speak to you. But that's empowerment, man. That's empowerment to let people know, man. Latch into that and bring that into your chest and your heart and manifest that. To understand people love you and they care about you, and you're not by yourself. You're a part of a whole, and the whole, we all praying for each other, because these are troublesome times. These are those times. So we need that comfort. We need that empowerment, whether we can get it from this show or another. Man, listen, that empowerment, I send that out to everybody out there. All my family members, if y'all hurting, man, listen, baby, lift up, man. Lift that head up and understand if you're ailing, if you're dealing with health issues. You understand what I'm saying? Because I got family members out there. I know they're dealing with health issues. They're dealing with issues of nature, with nature taking their home and tearing them up and all that. They're dealing with issues of finances, where the C-19 stuff and everything going on is hurting them. And, you know, or they got family members that's not dealing with none of that, but they carrying people that are doing that. You see what I'm saying? They either sending money or they got people staying with them that's dealing with that. And then we have some family members that are fine, but, you know, might be a little bit overwhelmed a bit. And then there are still, it's different levels. We all at, you know, we pass through these different rooms, you know, at different times. And for all those travelers, all those people out there, understand, man, there's much love to y'all, man. Much love and prayers to you. And that's why I say we circulate. And I ask all of our spiritual family members in the building, like Demi and Lori and the rest of the fan, Derek and the rest of the family members, to send out prayers, man. Brother JT, you send out prayers and to everybody in this chat, man. And for those that's listening live, and for those when they go back, let them hear that empowerment too. You don't have to be the same fate for me to send out some powerful energy to uplift you. So I just want to let you know that, family, that, you know, that's for y'all, man. That's for y'all, because we all go through it. But listen, you're great. I love you. Keep your head up. We're going to make it through it. I'm telling you, you're one of the great ones. So y'all remember that, seriously. All right, thank you for that. I just wanted to say that to the family members. Big ups to the family members. Ghostface Griller said I'd be excited, but they would not be used. Joe X says, All about the bowl game. Dada says Clay Matthews. That's right. Lance says both of them old, so I'm not sure how I would feel about that, Big Q. Would you rather have what's this kid we just signed here, man? What's this kid name, man? See, it takes some getting. Malik Henry? Would you rather Malik Henry Lance? I'm just saying, bro. I mean, the pickings is slim when it come down to Peyton. Peyton said, we're gonna give you, listen, I would take Clay Matthews, and I would take Clay Matthews. What was the other guy I said? Earl Thomas. I would take in them dudes in a heartbeat over Clay, Ken Crawley, or Malik, whatever this kid's name is. I mean, at least we know they'll actually make it to the field and play well. You see what I'm saying? You know, you don't need that much help. You just need a little boost there. John says, we back on track, Super Bowl or bust. Thank you, John. Willie, who that to you, said that will be good. Okay, see, Willie say you like it. Willie, who that to you, bro? Lee Wood, who that to you, Lee? Good to see you chiming in from the Philippines. All right, Derek says, Saints going all in. Brian says, I would have to see your stats before I could give them props, and welcome to the team without seeing their stats. Okay, thank you. Well, listen, how about this, Brian? Clay Matthews gave you, what, 8 sacks in 12 games last year? In a limited capacity, by the way. So you're not asking him to play a lot. You just need that production when guys like Granderson or Hendrickson is not there. You got Davenport. And it's funny, man. It really is funny to talk about this because every one of these guys that we talked about in the offseason are hurt right now. Every last one of them. That's why I say family. Y'all remember me saying that? Family, I have concerns, family. I got concerns, family. I got concerns. Two areas of concern. Actually, I said 3. I said I got concern with 3 levels. I've been, family, look, I got concerns, family. I got concerns. The defensive line, I'm concerned. Davenport, we need somebody behind Davenport. Davenport hadn't been healthy for all this time. We need a guy to come in, take the pain off him, take the remember I said that? Kept saying it, and then I said about Trey Hendrickson. Like Trey Hendrickson, he can't stay healthy. You know, he's good when he is, but he can't stay healthy. Remember I said that? Granderson's a question mark. We need a veteran. We need a veteran in the defensive line. Don't play with the pass rush. Don't play with the pass rush. Kept yelling that. Defensive end said we need some help in the defense just in case Marshawn Lattimore, something happened with him. Jack Rabbit Jenkins, something happened with them. We need somebody that can, if Marshawn Lattimore can't go because if his hamstring issue worsens and he can't go, not saying that might be the case this week, but if he can't go, you know who you got to play that? You got Patrick Robinson as the nickel back. PJ as the dime back. You right back to where you started, baby. And then you got Ken Crawley back here. The band is all back together. Come on. You can't make this up. But I think Clay Matthews and Earl Thomas will bring anything. They'll bring experience. They know what they're doing. And even at that advanced age, they can still help guys out and they can be counted on in situations because they've seen it all. So I would still, and plus it won't cost you an arm and a leg to bring in Clay Matthews for less than $3 million or Earl Thomas for less than $4 million. I mean, seriously, it's Super Bowl or bust. And the reason why I threw that out there is because in the Super Bowl and bust year, you would make moves that you usually wouldn't make if it wasn't a Super Bowl or bust move, like here, or like bringing in guys that you know can prop up your team. You know, we need that. All right, Crass say Saints would be better team with those guys on the radar. I agree, Crass. Thank you, bro. I do. Brother JT says we have more player problems. William says who you getting? He says who getting let go. Well, I mean, if you bring Earl Thomas and Clay Matthews on here, I would actually bench a few guys. I would have to move somebody out. I mean, my top dude, I probably would move out of there. Would be I probably I would probably deactivate PJ Williams. I ain't gonna lie. I would deactivate the piss out of PJ Williams. So Earl Thomas, you damn right I would. You damn right I would. I would deactivate him or Patrick Robinson. Take your pick. Take your pick. Either one of them going down. Take your either one of them. And then if you want the defensive line player, deactivate Marcus Hunt. He ain't do nothing right since he blocked that kick in the Tampa Bay game. Take his ass off of there. He already on the practice squad anyway. He ain't on the active roster. They only activate him the day before the game. Take him off there. Put Clay on there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, shit, sit Caden Ellis down. He ain't doing nothing but getting burnt. I mean, he gave up 2 touchdowns already. He getting burned anyway. So, I mean, he like a rookie anyway. So this is Super Bowl of bust year. You know, that's what I'm saying. Some of these guys, they could sit down for the older guys. And I would definitely do that, man, because we need that extra veteran edge there to Clay, who knows how to get to the quarterback. You don't play him every down. You play him specifically, strategically, certain downs. And I don't understand why Dennis Allen is not playing Zach Bowen as a situational pass rusher. You have no pass rush. He still didn't do it very much against the Green Bay Packers. I just don't get it. All right, Smokeless says, who that Q? I'm going to give me my ring. He says, I'm going to say, give me my ring. All right, who that to you, young Smokeless? Good to see you in the chat, fam. All right. Tori says, who that? All right. Revolt says, can we cut PJ now? I'm with you, Revolt. Get him up out of here. All right, there you go. We have a stubborn problem, no doubt about it, JT. No doubt about it. Willie Bibbins, who that Willie? He says, if they sign them two people, Earl and Clay, Tom Benson turned in his grave, that woman spending that money like that. He ain't turning in his grave, bro. Listen, she's $1 billion richer than what she was last year. I would consider that a plus. And plus, that's on us. We helped them get there. Iceman says, I would think that this is a Super Bowl move. Signing both of those guys would show the family base that the Saints are for real about a chip. That is absolutely right. Iceman said it again. Big ups to the Iceman. The big Iceman said this is Super Bowl moves. You sign Earl Thomas, you sign Clay Matthews, and you bring them in here and say, listen, these are veteran. Those named players, Clay Matthews on the Saints defense, you mean business. You mean business. You mean business, because signing these practice squad players, no disrespect to this Malik fellow that they brought in as a wide receiver. You and I both know that guy's not going to see the light of day on the Saints active roster to impact anything. He's not going to, he doesn't know any of the plays. He's the last man that's going to get reps in the system because he just got here. He doesn't know anything. But if you have a veteran there, like say for instance, and I'm not advocating this, but let's say they did, okay, the Saints went out and they signed Dez Bryant. You know, Dez Bryant creates a buzz. Why? Because he's a named player. He creates a buzz. He's a guy that, and how is he a named player? Because he did some stuff to get a name. He was pretty good at one time, and he might not be as good as he used to be, but you don't think if you put him in there, that guy won't catch passes and break tackles and do what he got to do? Catch touchdown passes? I mean, he might not be fast no more, but you don't think he can help you out, catch a ball or two, or block up field? And I guarantee you he will get on the field before this Malik kid does. Not advocating that. I'm just saying that's what veterans with names do. You got to get all of that experience and all that successful experience that they have. They're a benefit to a young team. And the Saints could use talent like that on the defensive line and damn sure in the back end of the defense. I'm just letting you know, especially at this time. Think about that. Thank you for that, Iceman. Appreciate it. Great statement. Tyrone T-Bone says time for Drew to pack up this. It's a young man's game. I mean, Tyrone, I hear you. And I don't know if I'm saying Drew's not the issue. This is not a Drew Brees problem. The Saints, we said it when they signed Drew to come back when Sean Payton begged them back, right? It's like people forgetting Drew Brees was pretty much done. He was going into retirement. He was going to go chill with his people. He was going to go talk about sports on television. I don't know why he would do that. I mean, he got enough money. He worth over, what, $100 million? I wouldn't be talking on. I got all them children there and I'm married. I ain't going to talk. I done did all my, we're going to do. What's wrong with you? Why I need to keep on doing that? No, I'll find something to do around here. I got all these businesses and all that. Let me do this and this and the third. You know, let me put my feet up for a little bit, you know? I ain't I'm going to go run the NBC. Nah, man, come on, bro. Cut that out. Got all them children. Go take care of them children. Go play around with your children, man. Spent all that time away from them. Now you get retired. You're going to go away from them by your own benefit? Nah, bro, stay at home. Don't be like Andy Reid. Andy Reid got all them children. They was getting into trouble and everything. And Andy was like, man, you going to stay at home? Andy said, hell no, I'm taking this Kansas City job. All right, hey, man, that's your boat. You rock it how you want to do it. All right, but hey, man, I wouldn't say when the Saints, when Sean Payton, remember, baby, come back. Hey, Breezy, you can blame it all. I remember that song. He called Drew Brees, got on the phone and said, Breezy, come back. Remember that? He begged him back. Drew took, what was it, a week, 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, almost a month, something like that. 2 weeks to a month to make up his mind on whether he was going to play again. Y'all remember that? And he said, okay, I'm coming back. Remember that? Y'all remember that? That was Sean Payton begging the man back. Now all of a sudden Drew Brees is over the hill. Drew Brees is not over the hill. We all knew coming into this year that the man was 41 years old and you're going to need a running game. Even the Tampa Bay Succaneers know that Tom Brady can't beat nobody by himself, that you got to give him a running game. That's why they went out and got Leonard Fournette and all these and Shady McCoy. They went out and got people with names. That's one thing you can call them the Tampa Bay Succaneers all you want. But one thing you ain't going to call them is the Tampa Bay Great Values. The Great Value Meals. You won't call them the Tampa Bay Great Value Meals because they ain't go out and go get the Great Value Meal players. They went out and got players with names because players with names, most of the time, the majority of the time, mean that they done something good to get that name. You got Shady McCoy there. You got Leonard Fournette for a song for $3-4 million to pair him with him. You went out and got Gronkowski to come in there with the tight ends, and they were already good. So they've done some stuff to improve their teams with names. And that's what I was saying about the Saints. You can't say that about Tampa Bay, that they got a team further. They went out and got great value canned meals. They didn't do that. The only team I see going out getting great value canned meals is the Saints. This Malik, whoever this kid is a great value kid. You don't have no statistics. He's been on back and forth off different practice squads. The Saints say, well, that guy can help us. But how do you look past the Dez Bryant, all these other guys that are veterans with all that experience to go and get a great value meal that you know that guy never going to see the light of day? Come on, let's keep it real. This is a Super Bowl or bust year. Your mentality should be acquiring talent that can help you on the field today, not next year or 2 years down the line. No, because we know that if you don't win the Super Bowl, ain't no future for your ass. You can't rewrite it. You got to go all the way out. Put all the chips to the front of the table. Cash out. Let's go. You want the big money? You can't play scared. You can't do it. All right. That's the mentality. Crash says Saints are awful thin at D. You will need a solid pass rush rotation once the playoffs start. Thank you. And you think you having injuries now? Man, you ain't even get to the 5th week of the season yet. You lost Mike Thomas. You got all these injuries. Andrews Pete is gone. You're still dealing with Trey Henderson with a groin issue. Even though he's not listed on the injury report, you think that groin issue went away in a week? Those things linger. They linger. Now he working with a shot, but he ain't effective no more. Remember what he did in the first game, and then the second game, and then he just disappeared for the rest of the third quarter, the second, third, and fourth quarter of the Raiders game, and then into this last game with the Packers. I mean, the pass rush disappeared. It evaporated. It just went away. And you had them climbing all over Tom Brady. Now they can't even get to the quarterback now. You got issues with Malcolm Brown, who got a foot problem. You had David Onyemata that just missed. He was limited in practice. He missed last game with a calf issue. And you still not bringing nobody in? And today's move, you bring in a wide receiver who you know will not get on the field? You still think I'm tripping? Oh, I'm just laying it out. I just showed you guys the injury report from today. Davenport's limited with that elbow. Trey Henderson is not on the injury report, but he's still dealing with a groin issue. I guarantee you that. For all the people out there that had groin issue, you know they don't disappear after no 1 week or even 2 weeks for that matter. And I know they're giving them the shots, but listen, the shots don't always work. They might nullify the pain, but he is not being as productive as he was before he got that injury. Just saying that. Carl Granderson got knocked out of the game. Remember, what was it, the last game or the other game for a little bit? He disappeared. He ain't been doing too much. And like I said, you've been dealing with Shy Tuttle hadn't played. You're dealing with Roach. Roach getting the opportunity. Marcus Hunt's not effective. He had that block punt. He's not doing too much. So, when that happens, what can I tell you? Then you say, okay, our defensive linemen are dealing with some issues. Let me go out and get a veteran defensive lineman. Perhaps a guy that's a pass rusher that could play defensive lineman for me if I needed to. How about a Jabal Shurd? How about a Cameron Wake? Those guys that come super cheap for less than $3 million. What the Saints do? They go get a wide receiver that you don't even know his name. And what they did before that early in the week, when you knew they still had the issues dealing with the corner, now we got cornerback issues, and you bring a wide receiver in here today? Oh, don't worry about the cornerback issues, Q. We took care of that on Monday when we signed Ken Crawley back. Ken Crawley's back. How about that? Oh, we doing just fine. We'll be fine, family. We'll be fine. All right. Big ups to it. All right. Ghostface Griller says, 3 out. 3-0. All right. 65 boys, Q. All right, there you go. Thank you, Professor. PT504, who that to you. Thank you, Crass. Hit the like button and share, family. Please hit the like button, family. Over 70 people in the chat. If you haven't hit the like button, please do me that favor and hit the like button. It helps the show out a lot and it's free. It won't cost you a thing, I promise. It won't cost you nothing to hit the like button. Hit it for me. All right, thank you. 69 boy, said William. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Will. All right. Derek, who that to you? My dog, Derek Allison, man. Big ups to my dog, Derek Allison. Big ups to you. That's a good brother right there. Good dude right there. Derek Allison. Family man, good brother right there. All right. Who that to the rest of the family? All right. All right. Let's see. Derek Taylor says, is Davenport going to play Sunday? Well, Derek, appreciate you. Who that to your family as well. Derek Tyler, who that to you as well. Derek Allison, big up to my dog as well. All right, but on the Marcus Davenport question, I think he does play. This Sunday, bro, I think Davenport will play. Last week, I said I wouldn't play him on a short week for the obvious, but this practice here, he was listed as limited. But I do think the Saints will play him in the Detroit matchup because, be honest with you, they're dealing with all kind of injuries. They need Davenport. They can't afford to hold him out. Now, if Sean Payton and the staff would have been proactive enough to make moves and get that veteran that we kept talking about for weeks on end before the season even started into the offseason, then they wouldn't have to need to rush Davenport back into action. Limited or otherwise, they can rely on the veteran pass rusher behind them to keep that up and kind of help these guys like Hendrickson and Granderson acquiesce, and the pressure won't have to be on because them dudes, none of them dudes can handle the pressure that we putting on them. I'm just keeping it real. Hendrickson, you give him all the minutes, he gets hurt. He hurt right now. Granderson is banged up. The Saints defensive line, many of them is banged up. You want to be able to bring a veteran in here with a shorter curve that can help the team is all I'm saying. It's commonsensical, right? But I do think he does. Thank you, Derek, for the question. Appreciate you. All right. Lee says, word is Eric Bieniemy will be the Dirty Birds' new coach. Did they fire Quinn yet? I didn't even know they got rid of Quinn. They're going to be his new coach. Did they fire Quinn yet? I wasn't aware that they fired Quinn. And I'm hoping they don't fire Quinn. Don't get rid of that, man. He's doing such a great service for us, man. Why would you want to fire Dan Quinn? I'm against it. Shame on you, Atlanta Falcons people, for sitting up here trying to get rid of Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn is an excellent coach. He's doing a terrific job for the Atlanta Falcons. And if we got Falcons fans talking here or watching this, I want to just say to you guys, shame on you for trying to get Dan Quinn out of the building. Dan Quinn has been doing a wonderful job for that organization. He's been there for 7 years now, and now you won't run him out? The man has done a terrific job. He doesn't fuss or cuss on the sideline. He keeps his composure, and he does a good job, and y'all guys want to run him off? Shame on you, Atlanta Falcon people. I just wanted to say that. Shame on you. You need to keep Dan Quinn and give him a contract extension for the next 10 years. I'm for it. All right, thank you. Lance Kelly, Sean Payton is the best coach the Saints ever, he said, Saints have ever had. That is true. He is the best coach that the Saints have ever had, but that don't necessarily mean they won't have another one that can beat what he did. You remember that there's always one that can outdo what you did. That's like people were saying there'll never be another when back in the day when it was Oscar Robertson was the man. And they was watching, man, Oscar Robertson is amazing, averaging a triple-double and all that kind of stuff, jump shooting, doing his thing, winning championships. Then up comes Dr. J. And then Dr. J gets old, he retires. There'll never be another Dr. J. And then here come Magic Johnson, and then Michael Jordan pop up on the scene. He did his thing, but there'll never be another Michael Jordan. Then Kobe Bryant pops up on the scene. You know, and listen, don't you see the trend? These guys create guys, and they take their style and they take it up another level. See, that's the trend. That's the trend. So you don't think they got guys out there that understand how the principles are working, that do it? Look at a guy in Carolina. He got the job. He know the offense enough to run it, and they're starting to really get it together, running the ball and operating the pass like this. They got guys that understand that principle. You don't have to be a Sean Payton mind, but look at guys like LaFleur from Green Bay. Look at a guy from Arizona. These guys know they got some genius levels guys. It don't stop with With Peyton, he's done a great job in terms of winning in this organization because we were picking from buffoons before. The only respectable coach that we had prior to him was Jim Mora. That's the franchise's fault for setting low expectations. That's their fault. But when you finally got the right dude in here, he was able to put something together. It took him a while to be able to put the staff together. When he finally got it right, then they started winning. Now you got it the way you want and you're going to screw it up? I'm just telling you, at the end, it never stopped with that guy. The organization and the city is bigger than one person. You understand what I'm saying? And when he goes, there'll be another guy that's going to come that's going to keep elevating the level of the franchise because that is where the bar has been set. Before you had guys that you'd be happy with a 9-7 season because these guys were bums. They were bum head coaches. They were one-dimensional ass coaches. But that's not saying that you can't get nobody in the future, man. Absolutely not. They got tons of great brains out there. And people will love to have this job. You'll attract nothing but the best and the brightest. That's what you are. You are the great Saint Think Tank in the Who Dat Nation. I'm not holding on to no guy, especially if the world passing the by and the NFL passing the by, and that's the question. And I told the family members in the TSC Q&A show last night on Patreon, I said, listen, the narrative is not whether Drew Brees is over the hill. It's whether Sean Payton is. And he said, well, Q, what you mean by that? That's kind of a controversial statement, I guess they would make. And that was some of these guys would say, well, Q, he said, this guy's making wild accusations. Yeah, I'm making wild accusations. I'm asking the question, is Sean Payton over the hill? And he was like, what do you mean by that? I'm saying over the hill, meaning that if he don't have the common sense to understand and run the ball to balance his tack, and he keeps doing what he's doing and losing these games, even though he knows that he needs to run the ball, maybe the game has passed him by. It happens. That's why his mentor was telling him he wasn't supposed to stay somewhere too long, and he's not changing in the way that's football fundamental, like a Bill Cowher or Bill Belichick. The reason why those guys are so good is because they know how to adjust the system for their liking. And they do the same thing that works and they tweak it just a bit and keep going. And they have success year after year. They done mastered it. Bill Cowher understood for the Pittsburgh Steelers when he was their coach. All those years he was down there, he had 1 year he didn't make the playoffs, and that was one losing season. It was an 8-8 season. But Bill Cowher said, run the ball, stop the run. Mike Tomlin added on top of that and wanted to throw the ball, and it worked out for Tomlin because he had great success in Pittsburgh. But the reality is, the question is, and nobody's asking the question except for me, is he past the hill? You can point to Drew Brees and say Drew Brees is the problem 8 ways from Tuesday, even though I can show you the statistics showing him that he's not the problem. The problem is not Drew Brees, it's Peyton. Peyton is not only is he the head coach, but he's the offensive coordinator. He's the guy responsible for making the calls. So if the offense is not moving along the way it's supposed to do, once again, it's him. Once again, it falls on him. He's calling the plays. He's the offensive coordinator and the damn head coach. So if that's the case, if he's not calling the right plays, and if he's doing stuff like throwing the ball 10 yards down the line of scrimmage as opposed to running the ball with your running game averaging 6.1, why wouldn't put you in that Biden class or with that Trump class? Better yet, with that Biden class. It might be time to let it go. It might be. If you can't understand that you need the running game to win games when your passing attack is not working, maybe something up here you need to kind of step back up off this thing. Maybe something done passed you by. If you that stubborn to understand, that's what I'm talking about. If you too stubborn to do the right thing, like running the ball, maybe it's time to get your ass up out of here. Maybe it's time to understand that the game is passing you by. Nobody asks those type of questions. Nobody's thinking about it, but that's why we here. That's why, because we introduce it and we say, listen, lay up off Drew. Drew statistics is where they are. But we knew coming into this year that you needed to run an attack. We said as much month after month, week after week, show after show. I kept saying you're going to need the running game to help Drew Brees out. He's 41 years old. You need the running attack. I even said the running attack should be primary and the passing attack should be secondary. And so then the thing is, Peyton comes into the season he got 4 active running backs and a fullback, that's 5 on the active roster, but you only use 1 and sparingly use the second one? Huh? And every year he gets lesser and lesser with the run. You won't win like that. You'll beat teams that beat themselves because they're more prone to make miscues than you are. They'll hurt themselves like several teams did last year. But if you a guy that don't understand that you need to run to work with the pass and you trying to force the pass knowing that the pass don't work, something not right there. And what's even wronger than that is the fact that his coaches won't even call him out on it and they know he did wrong for it. Now you tell me you going to sit up there and deal with years of losing and falling out of the playoff door because he was the best, he was the winningest coach and a bunch of a goddamn bums? I mean, come on. He was a winning coach among Jim Mora, the only respectable coach we had prior to Sean Payton. And you had Haslett and Dickler and all these other Bum Phillips and all these people. Man, come on. You know, that's like saying that you just bought a brand new car and then you in a junkyard and then you got a brand new car sitting there with a bunch of weather-worn cars. They all rusted. This the best car of them all right here. You damn right it's the best car. All them other cars done had it. They done been weather washed out and all messed up. So the question is the game passing his ass by? Why they not asking that? Why the reporters not asking Sean, Coach Payton, the offense, the NFL is morphing and changing. You got guys, the new level guys like LaFleur, who came into the head coaching job with Green Bay last year, just beat Sean Payton. He just beat him. I thought Sean Payton was the offensive genius. I guarantee you wouldn't see that LaFleur guy, Matt LaFleur, going to Green Bay and beat Belichick. I guarantee you wouldn't see that. Gruden thought he was going to go in there, and Gruden got it handed to him. You know why? Because Bill Belichick says, I have the defense to run the goddamn ball. I have the discipline, to run the damn ball. And I know your team can't stop my run, and I will run it down your throat. The man ran it 30 plus times on that team and beat him double digits. That's how you're supposed to do it. But if you got a coach who thinking it's all about him, that he's going to throw the ball 10 yards down the line of scrimmage as opposed to go forward, what the hell can I tell you? So that question needs to be asked. Is the league passing Sean Payton by? Think about that. I posed that question to y'all out there. Y'all answer that goddamn question. I want to know. For all the Sean Payton people out there, is the game passing Sean Payton by? How you justify him throwing the ball 10 yards down the line of scrimmage as opposed to running it and you averaging 6.1 yards per carry against the Green Bay Packer team? Answer that for me, my Payton people in here. Make sense of that for me. Make that make sense, as they say. That don't make sense at all. You can't make sense of something that's stupid. That is back ass and ridiculous, and y'all know just like I know that is stupid to do that. You're averaging 6.1 yards per carry and you throwing the ball down the line of scrimmage. What sense that make? Why are you doing that? And y'all know like I know that you can't do that against a fast defense. You can't throw that ball down that line of scrimmage with a fast 3-4 defense. And they met them there. And the only reason why Kamara got that playoff, he made that long play when he got through all of them. He did that. That was totally Kamara. He did that. But you going to expect that to happen? They threw to him 13 times in that game. I'm just saying, man, at the end of the day, is the game passing him by? You got to ask that question. He been here a long time. And he not translating the game properly. You had Teddy Bridgewater picked it up. They went 5-0. Why? Because he ran the ball. Think about it. Go back in your mental matrix. Better yet, go look up the highlights from the game and watch them again. They were running the ball and balanced the attack. That's how they were able to beat them. If you did that same thing in weeks 2 and 3, you would have beat both of those teams. But no, we're not going to do that. We're going to throw the ball down the line of scrimmage this way. We're going to throw it down that way. We're going to dinky-donky-do with the defense playing soft off of you. 5 yards back. 5 and 10 yards back, they playing soft, and everything is in front of you, and you're not going to run the ball with Latavius Murray, for real? You're not going to open up the power rushing attack and take this team apart? And I told you before, if I know it, your enemies know it. If I know it, your enemies know it. Your enemies know, meaning every other team that's not a New Orleans Saints team know that the Saints hate running the ball. And I use the term hate because it is what it is. Sean Payton hates running the football unless he running it out of a passing situation. Like Drew will go back, like he gonna throw and then he'll hand the ball like a draw off. It's always something out of a play that's a pass play. You see what I'm saying? How is the majority of your runs out of play scenarios? What kind of dumbass is that? but he subconsciously, not consciously, subconsciously passes and one-dimensionalizes itself. He does the opposition's job for them. He takes his own running attack away from him, and that was that thing that was hurting him the most. He took it away from him. He's subconsciously helping the opposition by not running the ball. You can't force the pass, man. You cannot force the pass, and they know you passing. Come on. Make sense of that for me. Let me get on down here, man. Let me get on through here, man. I got about another 30 minutes. I was only planning on being up here for about an hour and a half and look like I'm 10 over. But I'm going to get down the chat, and we're going to get up out of here. Let's see. Eric's Crash says Eric is long overdue for a shot. He's very creative-minded guy. Yeah, but Bieniemy from Kansas City is a good coach. He would look good in Atlanta. I just don't want to see him down there because I don't want to have no more good coaches to go there. I like Dan Quinn. Let's just advocate for the Falcons to keep him. All right. Thank y'all, family. Thank you. Hold 'em, Hook TV. Who that to you? Thank you, Ghostface Griller, baby. Kevin Conley, hold it. What up, fam? Big ups to you. Say roll with it. All right, Crass, I wouldn't mind. He said I wouldn't hold my breath on Gingerbread Man. I mean Davenport. He is brittle. Thank you, bro. All right, Dada said I bet Parcells would get Peyton ass and I run. Oh man, come on. You know and I know, bro. You know and I know. All right, let's keep it going here. William says, Lance, you're preaching to the choirs. Peyton is crazy. He crazy. Roy Baker, what up, Roy? He said was 11 years old. Okay, Roy, good to see you in the chat, bro. Ghostface Griller says Market Davenport has salmon bones. Arnold says, I believe it will. Matthew take a couple of weeks for Matthew to start. Stangman, what up, man? He said, dude, I've been watching that myself. Run the damn ball, Peyton. Who that to you, Q? Who that to you, Stangman? Thank you, bro, for joining us here. Big ups to you. Gohan with Down syndrome, saying Sean just loves the pass too much. Bro, he is killing us, and he's subconsciously hurting his team. Even Brandon Marshall said that. He said Sean Payton hurts his team. And people's like, no, he doesn't. And I said, yes, he does. I said, and I broke down Brandon Marshall. We did a whole show, 2 shows on it, broke it down, and I said, listen, and I played it on it. Remember that? And I said, this is sour grapes, but this here is right as rainwater. Then I gave examples and even went into it because every time I talk about this, I put little receipts with it so that y'all can follow me and go do your research on it. Because this is real. This is absolutely the truth. It's absolutely the truth that he does hurt the team subconsciously. I'm not saying consciously going out there, I'm gonna screw him up today, watch this. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying to a degree that subconsciously he went, and like the article said from the writer, he said in the last 13 minutes of the Saints game against Green Bay last Sunday, the last 13 minutes, the Saints had 15 passing plays and 1 running play. And the 1 running play was supposed to be a passing play, and Taysom Hill screwed that up when he fumbled the ball. And by the way, he was holding the ball like this. Like when he came out, he was holding the ball like this in his hand, and the guy just poked it out of there. So he wasn't even having it against his body, like he had it up in his hands in front of his face like this, trying to make a move. He ain't even tucked the damn thing. And the man just punched it out of there with his hand, just knocked it out. That wasn't supposed to be a run play. But that just go to show you that is total imbalancement. You averaging 6, and I have to keep hitting you with the stats. And the receipts are 6.1. Go look up the statistics. I played them on the show. I played them several times over and showed it and highlighted it for the Suns, for the show's archive, to show you that it was 6.1 yards per rush that the Saints was doing to them as a team against the Packers in the Dome last Sunday. 6.1 yards per carry. Kamara was averaging almost 10 yards a carry. Latavius was averaging almost 5. And Sean Payton just turned the running tack off and started throwing the damn thing. What's that make sense? Make sense of that. And how you can't make sense of that, to be honest with you, because they're in a position where they're dropping back, ready for the pass, and everything's underneath. That's why he's dinking and dunking. People saying throw the ball down the field. He can't throw the ball down the field. You want him to throw a pick, then you're going to really bitch at him. But the reality is he's not going to throw the ball downfield into coverage like that because they're playing back and keeping everything in the front. So if you want to really see some sports and you want to change that game, you know what you do? You don't take what they give you. You get the running game going and take what you want. Then when you start pounding their ass with that running attack and gashing them, then that safety gonna come down. Then you take what you want. You start doing it. You don't. It's like they gonna take what we want. And I'm like, nah, don't. What? That's the wrong mentality. We're not gonna take what they give us. No, we gonna take what we want to take, and you ain't gonna do nothing about it. That's the mentality how the team's supposed to be. Ain't spending like whatever they take us, we gonna give it. Nah, whatever they give us, just take it. Just take it. Nah, man, no. The mentality is because the field is not owned by anybody. The field is not owned by anybody. It's up to a single team to bring dominion over the entire field. And it's about mentality and it's about domination. It's a mindset. You got to dominate that team mentally, then physically it follows. And you have to seize the field and say, we're not going to take what you're going to give us. We're going to take what we want. And that's what it's supposed to be. That's the mentality, and we're not seeing that. What we're seeing is the fact that the Saints are dinking and donking because defenses are playing off, and they don't want to bring the running game in there to be able to do it. Now, what would appease me and other people? 30-plus rushing attempts a game. 30 to 35 rushing attempts a game is what we asking for. You can pass all the hell you want, Peyton, but give us 30 to 35 rushing attempts per game. You do that, you're going to start seeing things turned around because nobody wants to tackle Alvin Kamara or Latavius Murray late in these games. And by the way, get a third running back going. Get Dwayne Washington going in there. Give him 3 or 4 or 5 carries in that summation because he averages over 5 yards a carry when you give him the ball. So, I mean, it's a part of it. All right, let's keep it going. Nola Baby says, man, I do not like garbage time Sims. Big Q, this guy is a sports analyst. He's certified Drew Brees hater. I listen objectively to Texas Longhorn bus, criticize other players. That dude was supposed to be the next coming of Phil Simms. And Phil Simms was a good quarterback. He wasn't the best quarterback, but Phil Simms did what he was a Hall of Fame quarterback for the Giants for many years. He made the throws, had a talented team around him. Phil did his thing. He had several sons Phil had, none of them panned out. That guy was supposed to be he was supposed to be the guy that carries the Sims legacy, and he was absolute garbage. He was too stupid to get the plays going and where he went. He had zero. And the thing about Sims is you listen to him, he has zero personality. Zero personality, just like this kid from LSU. What's his name? Miles Brennan. I call him the anti Joe Burrow. That's what that kid is. His name, Miles Brennan from LSU. The anti Joe Burrow. Zero leadership skills, zero leadership presence, no command of just the backup quarterback mentality. I'm just here to be a game manager. I don't want to ruffle anybody's feathers. That type of dude. But you actually right on that, man. He's a joke, bro. Ain't no doubt about it. I blast him out of there too. When I play his stuff on TSC Q&A, I'll be blasting him out of there too. I'll be blasting them out. Oh, yeah, I get them all because they don't know what they're talking about. And I be calling them out. I be getting Colin Cowherd real good. And the ESPN crew be knocking them off on them TSC Q&As. When we play the hater segment, be killing them because they don't know what they're talking about. Making up statistics and stuff, talking about air yards. That ain't even the real statistics. That's something that's not passing yards. It's air yards per air. That's something ESPN, they came up with that statistic. And they're trying to throw it in everything. And I'll be taking that and breaking that to hell. Because you're going to try to create a narrative to spin it like our team ain't no good because it's declining at the quarterback. They're not going to tell the truth. Like we saying, is Sean Payton the issue? Nobody's saying that. Nobody is saying that except for me. Nobody. Nobody's saying, hey, bro. You know what it could be? It's Sean Payton because he is in control of the passing attack and the running attack, and he's not running the ball. The last 13 minutes of the game was 15 passing plays and 1 run play. So nobody's saying that he's the issue. It's always Drew because it's easy to point to the quarterback and blame the quarterback. Oh, it's the defense, Q, for real. The defense is on the field too much. What you think a defense that's on the field is supposed to look like? They're going to make, that's what they look like. Say, well, Q is pass interference and all over the place. They tell them to hold. They tell them to grab and hold the guy to prevent him from having a touchdown. They tell him, listen, we'll live with the penalty. Just don't give up the touchdown. They tell them to do that. For those who don't know that, you know it now. That's why you see Lattimore grab or Jenkins. You seen Jack Rabbit grab that guy twice in the end zone like that. What you think a tired defense that's on the field for more than what they supposed to be looks like? But but Sean Payton's gonna stop the flight in a Vegas game to fuss at the offense and defense. He's in control of the offense. He's in control of the offense. And the defense is suffering because it's an imbalancement. The offense is 3 and out. The defense is on the field, getting marched up the field 5, 6, and 7 minute offensive drives by the opposition. What do you think the defense is supposed to look like? They're supposed to be crisp? No, that's what tired defenses look like. The pass rush suffers because of the tired defense. They're not going to be able to get to the quarterback. They're going to miss tackles. They're going to take poorish angles. They're going to do pass interference because they're tired and don't want to get beat. So that's what a tired defense, all the turnovers, I don't like. And then you hear the dumb reporters say the same stuff. That's like, really? You're going to talk about a tired defense, but you're not going to talk about the fact that the running attack is supposed to keep their defense off the field so they can rest. You're not going to mention that. You're not going to mention the fact that Sean Payton is going 3 and out with his passing attack, and he's not running the ball, even though he's averaging 4.5 to 5 to 6 yards a carry in each of their losses. We're not going to talk about that, huh? And the fact that the running attack helps keep the defense rested, keeps your offense on the field, getting the rhythm, keeps their defense, the opposing defense, on the field while they get tired, and keeps their opposing offense off the field while they can't get a harmony while they're sitting up there, and you are stealing reputations. You're stealing opportunities. You're stealing drives. You're stealing plays. You're stealing stuff from them simply because you're controlling the clock. They know that, and I know that, and you know that. So what are we talking about? Defense is bad, Q. The defense is bad because they're on the damn field too much. And that is a product of an unbalanced offense because the running game is supposed to be used to run the clock. You need 4 to 6 minute drives each time, not 1 and 3 and out. Sean Payton opened up the Packers game going 3 and out and put the defense on the field. Okay, there they go. But did the Packers, and it's just, we got to understand, man, I don't play by the narrative of these goddamn media people because they full of it. And most of the time, that's why I'm telling you, they don't know what they're talking about. You have a tired defense. That's what a tired defense looks like. When Jack Rabbit's not known to be a pass interference and ass cornerback, you know that, and I know that. So why is he pass interferencing? Because he's tired. He's not just going to grab a guy in the end zone. Why did he do that, Q? Because he's tired, man. The defense is on the field too much over these last couple of games. And that's what happens. And they were able to be strong enough not to get ran on, but they're suffering in the secondary because the team's attacking their secondary because the defense is not producing a pass rush. So I'm saying it's symbiotic. It's a massive symbiosis. You know what I mean? It all works together just like organs in your body work together. Everything is in sync. It's a rhythmatic, beautiful harmony, a symphony, or orchestra of great delight on the football field. When everything works together, that means the running attack works where it's moving. And when you're running the ball, you fool the defense because when you start running, they got to start playing the run because the run becomes a threat. Then you can open up and start throwing the ball. Everything works together. And while you out there for 4 and 5 minutes, your defense is out there. The defense is on the field resting. And you score, then they come back out. Their offense is disjointed because they've been sitting down. Your defense is rested. Your defense gets at them, knock them around. They get off. Your offense comes back out. Do the same thing. 4, 5, 6 minute drives. Try that. And watch how things drastically change. The whole narrative changes. How do you know that? Because Bill Parcells did the same thing against the Raiders. And you could do the same thing if you're disciplined. That's why I'm saying the coach is the problem. Is the game passing them by where he can't understand that the running attack is a part of this problem, that you're causing the problem because you're the play caller. You the head dude. You can't go to the offensive coordinator and say, hey, man, you need to call these games better. You know, he can't do that because he is that guy. That's why I was telling y'all, listen, there is no accountability here. He needs to turn over the play calling to Carmichael. And if the offense stink, then we get on Carmichael. He has to get on Carmichael. We put the pressure on Carmichael. He has to address it. But there is a guy above Carmichael. That's him. If Carmichael doing bad, Peyton checks him. He gets on him. The current situation, nobody can attack Peyton. Nobody can say anything. The guys above Peyton ain't gonna say nothing to him. The guys underneath Peyton not saying to him, and he walks through there unabated. His head big as Pluto, walking around thinking he the mess. The reporters say stuff he don't like. He snaps at him. Look. When he answers, he's, oh, well, look. Well, look, hold on. Fish your tone, bro. Fish your tone. First of all, you're not the president of the country. You're a football coach. That's number one. You need to be blessed. You need to wake every goddamn moment you wake up in life. You need to be blessed the fact that you're doing something that you like to do. And you're coaching a football team, which is a child sport and getting paid millions of dollars when they got people out here barely making it. You need to have a better attitude. That's number one. You need to have a better attitude, Peyton. That's number one. And number two, to all you yellow back, spineless, ballless coaches that's on there, and you media people out there, this is to you because y'all watch too. I'm talking right to y'all. And y'all know I hold my tongue. Y'all a bunch of spineless cowards for not calling Peyton out. And you ballless coaches that's underneath them that know Peyton is the reason why this team are losing these games. Shame on you for being a bunch of spineless, yellow back chumps. Because you know this dude killing this team by not making and calling the running attack. But we're going to blame Drew. We're going to blame Cam. We're going to blame Mike. We're going to blame Elvin. We're going to blame Latavius. We're going to blame DeMario. We're going to blame all these guys. We're going to blame them all. Blame them all, but please don't look at Sean Payton because you don't want to piss him off. Because if we lose him, we ain't going to be able to win no games. What? What's wrong with you? I mean, come on, man. Nobody thinks like that, but somebody got something wrong with them. You tell that the Green Bay Packers, who went through all those coaches, Mike Holmgren, who won a championship coach, Mike McCarthy, who was bringing them to the Super Bowl and into championship games and deep playoff runs. And then they got rid of him and got that LaFleur kid up there that beat Sean Payton's ass last week. So come on with this stuff, man. The game passes us all by at some point. Unless you are a person that's not a dinosaur, who's not stubborn enough to not change. That's what make old people, because they get stuck into their rut and then time passes them by. That's how it happens. You got to be able to adjust and switch with the times. You know, you can't be a guy still sitting up here with a phone that you punch, a rotary phone. You know, come on. Nah, I ain't gonna use a cell phone. I gotta go find a pay phone. Oh, good luck with that. Good luck finding yourself a pay phone nowadays. I mean, time, man, come on, man. It happens to us all, man. But that's the question. All right, let me get on down here, fam. Let me get on down here. I'm getting all fired up here. Uncle Paulie, I see you, family. Who that to you in the chat? Big ups to you. All right, it's Poppy 504. What up, fam? Good to see you in the chat. Brother Ernest, who that to you? I see you, Brother Ernest. Big ups. All right. Big ups to you. I see you, Tremal. Who that to you? All right, let me get on down here. All right, Mark 504. Good to see you there, Mark. Kai the Great, who that? He says, Q and who that fella? We got to bounce back this Sunday. We must start fast by play calling. Got to be better. Sean Payton ego need to be in check. Run the damn ball. He says, run the ball, the damn ball. The defense must man up. Thank you, Kai. Appreciate you, fam. Nola boy Kevin says, I remember back in the day, if you said you was a Saints fan, folks would pat you on your back. Ladies would give you a sympathetic hug. He said this was really especially for OG Saints fans. Yeah. All right, Jermaine said, who that? Jermaine said, that's right. I think Atlanta will give us a run for our money. You had that coach there, man. That definitely would revigorate Atlanta, man. I think that Quinn's message is gone stale. And it took 7 years to get it for him, his message to go stale. The only thing is Atlanta not putting up with it. And I can say, our Atlanta got more sense than us. I mean, you going to keep putting up with it too? 3 years of playoff failures, we're going to blame it on the referees. We're not going to blame it on the fact that we was mistake written in that game. We were turning the ball over, that we couldn't get third and fourth and ones. We couldn't convert to get extra possessions, that we were dropping touchdown passes, Dan Arnold in the Rams game. But we're going to put all that on a play at the back end when the Saints struggled against the Minnesota Miracle. In that game, the Saints struggled and was turning the ball over and had penalties and miscues. And then in the Rams game, it's the same stuff. The blame never goes where it's supposed to. So if you keep doing that, then you only prolonging the problem. The problem is not the referees. The referees have never been your friend. So they can't be a part of the equation. We was beating their asses, and Sean Payton realized 2 years ago that he got to run and score up to take the refs out the game. He knew that then when they started doing what they did. He figured that out 2 years ago. He don't talk on it, but I seen the switch when it happened. But the reality is the referees don't have nothing to do with it because we're a championship team. We don't supposed to be not making mistakes. But if the coach is not doing what he was supposed to do, you flawed at the onset. If the play calling is flawed and it's the bad philosophy, the wrong philosophy, you flawed from the beginning. How are you supposed to recover? If you start off wrong, you starting off wrong. So how are you supposed to do it when he at the helm and you can't tell him nothing? Fix this for me. How are you supposed to listen to talk to somebody who won't listen to you? They got all the answers. They know what they're doing and they running the team down. They won't balance the team. The team tired and he fussing at the defense for not doing their job. Seriously? Coach, you got us out there all this time. Can you help us by running the ball a little bit? I'm just waiting for one of them to explode on his ass. It'll be Cam, it'll be Demario Davis. It got to be one of these dudes that's a core member of the team that he can't just cut the next day like he did Nigel Bradham. It's got to be one of those dudes that say, Coach, run the damn ball to help us out to stay off here. Somebody got to have a backbone to say that. Because I know they see it because I'm seeing it. I know they seeing it. They ain't that blind. Gary Caraway, who that's anticipating doing the same thing and expecting different results in a sign of insanity. I'm saying, think about it. If you going out and you unconsciously, and then nobody could tell you nothing. He gets mad when reporters ask simple milquetoast questions. You don't want them asking about it. You know, what about Marcus Davenport? Well, I'm not going to talk about the injury. What? Dude, you got the wrong mentality, partner. You got the wrong mentality. You making millions of dollars coaching the kids game, man. You got the wrong mentality, bro. You blessed. The great Saint Think Tank, the Who Dat Nation, the Black and Gold Nation blessed you because it was our money, the reason you down here. You doing what you're supposed to do. And if you stop doing what you're supposed to do, we're going to find somebody that's going to do it. We're not going to hold on to somebody that don't want to run the ball and keep falling through the floor. I mean, if he's doing it in the regular season, you know he's supposed to do it, what you going to look like in the playoffs? You've got to run the ball in the playoffs. You've got to bring that with you. And I'm seeing less and less and less and less and less. Even saying stuff like it's hard to run the ball with 2 running backs. But he won the Super Bowl with 3 running backs. He ran Ingram and Kamara to make them the greatest tandem of running backs ever. That was recent, but up to this year, it's hard to run 2 running backs. Really? Okay, y'all gonna hear me on this. I've been saying this for a while, and y'all starting to see it. I'm telling you. You're gonna see more as time goes. Let's keep it going here. Thank you for that, Kai. Thank you, Nola Boy. Big ups to you. All right. Ernest says, he says, I just gave your opinion like everyone else. All right. Brian says, we're not going to win every game. We're not going to make mistakes. We have to learn from our mistakes. Fix our team right. Makes us better. Thank you, Brian. Appreciate you. Yeah. All right. Real Talk Big Q says, Dickinson, William, he says, doctors say that COVID can affect the brain. Maybe. I ain't going to say all that, bro, but something wrong. Something wrong, man. I'm telling you, something wrong. Tramal says Peyton Breeze is the longest tandem now. They look like trash. We're not balanced, bro. They wouldn't be saying that if we was running that ball. Brian says, I'm not defending Peyton. I just don't want to see the Saints get nobody new as a coach because that person can come in and learn the system next year. We're going to have a new quarterback. I mean, we got paid for the next 3 years. And when before his contract is up, you might see him extended. But you never know, man. You never know. We'll see, bro. We'll see. We got him for the next 3 years, and we'll see. And I think he'll get better when Drew goes, for whatever reason, because he did the same thing with when he had Teddy Bridgewater. He was running the ball. Notice that they won those games running the ball with a balanced attack. It's something about Drew. He let Drew do it, and they get happy out there. They throwing the ball all over the place. You put another quarterback in there, he gonna bring the running attack back. Watch. You're gonna see. Because it's something with the Drew. It's the Drew connection. It's the Drew connection. You feel like he can do anything with Drew, even not and get rid of the running game and just throw all damn game. I mean, come on. These are professional coaches, man. They will eat your lunch. You can't. They study film and tape. They understand just like I understand, man. You know? All right. Mark says arrogance is no excuse for ignorance. Run the damn ball. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate it. Brother Paul says, I agree. If Peyton can't handle what other teams is facing in the NFL, then he need to quit. It's time passing them by. That's what I asked the family members. Is it passing them by? Can he not make the adjustments? Can he not run the ball, even though we know he loved to pass? Can he fight his will or his addiction to pass? He got a passing addiction. Let's just say it. Let's call it that. That's what it is. He has a passing addiction. He's addicted to the pass. Can we agree on that? Give me some ones in the chat, man. I want to know what y'all think about that. Give me some ones in the chat on that. Do y'all agree with me on that? He has a passing addiction. He has addiction. Give me a one on that, family. Put one in the chat if you agree with me on that. That Sean Payton has a passing addiction. He's addicted to the pass, and I don't know if he can break that to run the ball to balance the team. He's addicted to the pass. Give me a one in the chat if you agree with that. If he has a passing game, he's addicted to the pass. He really is. Think about that. Jawan says Peyton is trying to keep Brady from catching up with Brees' stats. Brady got 6 rings and he wants Brees to stay on top of the records. Thank you for that. That is not, but what good is that if you're mounting up losses and keep getting yourself out of playoff contention? You see what I'm saying? But answer that question. Is he addicted to the pass? Y'all all answer that question in the chat. Let me know. Because I'm saying he has an addiction. He's addicted. That's why he refuses. He runs the ball. What he had, like 20 carries? He could have ran that ball 30, 35 times. He ran that ball 10 more times against the Packers. Y'all would have had a win. I'm just telling y'all the truth. They could not stop the Saints. They didn't stop the Saints from running the ball. Peyton went away from the running attack to throw the ball. That's why you lost. Because he forcing the pass. Even though he knows the passing game is struggling, he's still trying to force it. He's still trying to force it. And you averaging 6 yards a rush against the Packers. Why are you still forcing the pass? He has a passing addiction, man. I'm telling you, he's addicted to the pass. And I don't think he's disciplined enough to get away from it. That's the thing. You know, man, listen, I'm telling you, man, this ain't my first rodeo. I've been, like I said, over 30 years with this team and over 5 years of covering them. I know what I'm looking at. All right, let's go on down here. That's a lot of goddamn ones in that chat. Look at all them damn ones in that chat, man. Look at them damn. Who that to you, Abraham? I see you, brother. Look at all them damn ones in the chat, man. Jeez. All them ones in the chat. He got a passing game addiction, man. Johnny says Peyton is addicted to the run. He says addicted to running up Brees' stats and breaking records. There you go. Iceman said he's obsessed with the records and throwing because he was a QB. He wasn't a very good one, bro. He wasn't a very good quarterback. Rich Mo says Peyton and Brees present a game plan to the offensive team meetings. You think there is any disagreement there? Hell no. But that's the issue. You gotta say to yourself, sooner or later we got to throw the pass in, or the run in here, or we gonna be in trouble. We can't just be all about pass. What about the defense? What about the running game? And then when they're presenting the pass scenario in there with the coaches, don't they have the running backs coaches in there? I mean, you got the offensive staff in there and they're doing the game plan, right? So is it Peyton? Is Carmichael? Is Lombardi, who's the QB coach, right? Isn't it the running backs coach in there? Isn't it the tight end coach in there? Right? The running backs coach has got to be like, hold on, coach. Can we get some running plays for the running guys? You know, as old as most Peyton is and Brees know, you can't win games without having a balanced attack. You can't do it. And we've been seeing that. You got to have it. Anyone speaking up saying, hey, let's have some more balance in here. Rich Mo makes a great point. Thank you, Rich Mo. Appreciate you. Who that to you, brother? That's a lot of goddamn ones in that chat. I'm just going to keep it real. Look all them ones in that chat. You think the people don't know what they're talking about? You don't think the Great Saint Think Tank don't know what they're talking about? They see with their own eyes what's going on here. Some people don't. Some people got to be woke up to this here thing. That's why they asked me, Q, can we recover? Of course we can recover. Will we recover? Of course we will recover. But the issue, I don't have a question about the team. I have a question about the coach. Can the coach balance the attack well enough so he can have your passing attacks? Just give me 30 to 35 rushing attempts a game. Give me 30 to 35 rushing attempts a game. Give me 30 to 35 rushing attempts a game. And then you can throw however you want to throw or do whatever you got to do. But give me 30 to 35 rushing attempts a game. If you do that, then we would be fine. I'm good. You can throw the ball 40, 50 times, whatever you want to do. But if give me 30 to 35 rushing attempts a game, we good. We good. Give me that. Kamara, Murray, Washington, we good. Give me that. If you can do that, the Saints can go undefeated for the rest of the season if they do that. I'm telling you, that's how easy it is for this team to win games. They shouldn't have left. That's why people are upset, because they shouldn't have lost to Green Bay because they had the game. They shouldn't have lost to the Raiders because they had the game, because of the running attack. If you'd have ran the ball, you'd have won both those games hand down. You'd have beat them by double digits. You'd have beat both those teams by. That's why people are upset. Like, why are we doing this? It's like, well, we're not in sync. No, you're not in sync passing wise. Let's get that straight. They're saying the offense is not. There's two versions of there's two parts of the offense. It's the pass and it's the rush. The rushing is averaging over 4.5 to 8 to 6 yards a carry over the last two games. So you can't say the rushing attack is failing the team. The rushing attack is there. It's there and it's working if you stick to it. The passing attack hadn't catching on like it's supposed to. But if you relied on the running attack, you could have won games. You can still win games. And if you go to the 30 to 35 marker and start running it like that, you will go undefeated for the rest of this year. I promise you that. That's how good they are with the run and the pass, because once you start running it, teams are going to be forced to play the run as opposed to the pass. And when you got them flip-flopping and moving back and forth, you got them then. You got them then. The reason why we're struggling because you're forcing the pass and you don't supposed to be doing that. That's why you looking like that. You're supposed to be running the ball when you can't pass. There's only two ways. There's only two things you're going to do. It's only two things you can do to move the ball. It's either pass it or run it. And if you're struggling with the pass, you got to run it. But this dude saying, no. We ain't gonna run it. We're gonna throw it 10 yards down the line of scrimmage and let the dude get 2 blocks and try to see if he can pick up something that way. Good grief, man. This is not, we ain't building no spaceships over here. This is simple stuff. This is not meant to be critical thinking, hardcore stuff. This is a disciplined, ego, arrogance deal. That's what's going on here. Thank you, all the family members, for chiming in. Also, a lot of goddamn ones in that chat. I'm gonna just keep. The guy has and can he break the addiction? Is the addiction greater than him wanting to win? Because you run the ball, you win. But he don't want to win like that. He wants to win his way. He wants to win throwing the ball, even if he runs the ball is out of a play. Out of a play, that's a passing play. You notice that? That's a play. That's a passing game. Thank you, B Jizzle. Thank you, brother. Appreciate the super chat, family. Thank you. Appreciate you. It's just amazing to me, family. It really is, man. But do I feel like the Saints could come out of this? Yes, I do. I believe in a team. I think the team is veteran enough. They're strong enough to be able to do what needs to be done. But I do know as well that they do have several personalities. I won't name them right now, but there are several personalities that's in the Saints building that will eventually challenge Sean Payton if this continues. I'm just telling you, there are several personalities, and I won't tell you who they are, and y'all can guess them. Y'all smart enough to guess them. But there are 7 personalities in the building that will not keep tolerating Sean Payton blowing them out for stuff that's really his fault. I'm telling you, if it ain't already happened, trust me, it's on the way. It's only a matter of time. Because the expectations of Super Bowl and you are on a 2-game losing streak to teams that are not that dominant. Green Bay looked good, yes. But if you ran the ball, you'd have beat Green Bay by double figures. I know this. If you'd have ran the ball, you'd have beat them late in that game. You'd have took the game away from them. You'd have took the game away from them at the end of the game. They couldn't stop the run. You could have kept Aaron Rodgers off the field. He'd have been sitting on the bench while you're running the ball. That's common sense. But, but appreciate the family members. Thank you once again, B Jizzle, for your super chat, family. Thank you. Travis 504 who that says, maybe it's me, but records are great, but Super Bowls are better. Thank you, bro. And you know what? That's a great comment. And that is why we play for Super Bowl. Anybody say, okay, Q, listen, what are we all here? I don't care about 11 wins on the season or 12 wins or 13 wins or 14 wins, or we go undefeated in regular season play. Hear me on this. Y'all know how I feel. I don't care if it's 11 wins or 12 wins or 13 or 14 or 15 or undefeated in regular season. All I care about is if that comes with a Super Bowl trophy. Do you understand me on that? That's what it's about. It's not about the NFC South crowns winning in the banners. That means nothing without the big prize. That means nothing. And the true champions on the team, they'll say that man is absolutely 100% right. Having banners, NFC South crown champions, it means absolutely crap to me. If Tampa Bay gets it, let them have it. As long as we in the playoffs and we plan for something, we in the playoffs contending for that Super Bowl, that's all that matters to me, and we got to bring it home. That's what it's about. That's why this team was assembled this year as a deep team for a Super Bowl run. It's not about nothing else except for a Super Bowl run. And the personalities that they bring on this team that come from other places where they used to winning in titles and have expectations, they won't allow Sean Payton to be cussing at him and fussing at him for something that's his fault. I'm just telling you. So if it ain't blew up yet, it's coming. I'm telling you. There's several personalities that's not going to put up with that. And there ain't no coaches. They're players on the team. Y'all can guess who they are. Iceman say, let's put names to faces, Q. Pull all the stars. Start the Saints offensive coaches. They can't get to hide. Now, it makes no sense to call them out because they know who they are. I'm talking to all y'all out there. I don't need to call their names. They know who I'm talking about. I talk about Carmichael and Lombardi and all these dudes. Yeah, I'm talking to y'all. Y'all know, and I'm calling all y'all out because y'all know I'm telling the truth. Y'all know this dude ain't running the ball. He's not balancing the team, and that is hurting the defense because they're on the field too much because the Saints offense is going 3 and out. They're not having long enough drives to rest the defense. And the opposing teams are having 4 and 5 minute drives and 6-minute drives, 7-minute drives. The Raiders last week held the Saints on the field for a 7 to 8 minute goddamn drive. And he gonna stop the plane and fuss at them on film a session to the defense? Oh, they got the defense can't get off the field. I wonder why. The defense can't get off the field because they tired. They was doing fine at first, wasn't they? Then all of a sudden, them drives got longer and longer. That defense got tired and tired. I'm telling you the truth. You can't have your defense out there long like that. You want your defense to be fresh, to fly around and make plays happen. The defense is tired. The last game and this game, they are tired. That's what it looks like. But you got people calling them out. Oh, he suck. He stinks. They bad. This bad. Man, come on, man. What you think people look like when they tired? They great and they in great shape and everything, but everybody gets tired. Cam Jordan running around there, running himself in the mud, trying to make plays. He getting double teamed. No pressure from that. The guy's tired, man. Give them see how they look when they're fresh and they're flying around the field because the Saints are holding the ball for 4, 5, and 6-minute drives. See how the defense looked then. See how the time of possession looked because it's really about controlling the clock. And if you some type of offensive fool, you won't hurry up and score and get a ball back to the people. What kind of philosophy is that? You're not supposed to hurry up and score and get a ball back to them. You're supposed to score, but eat the clock up. Sit on the ball. Let the air out the ball. Eat up the clock with 4 and 5, 6-minute time of possessions each drive. You don't go in there and go 3 and out. I'm regurgitating the truth statements, but sometimes you got to throw it out there over and over again because sometimes repetition is needed to break the spell. I'm not mesmerized by Sean Payton bullshit. Maybe some people are, but I'm not. I see past all of that. Iceman says accountability. It is accountability, bro. That's what it comes down to. It is accountability, and Sean Payton is not exhibiting accountability at all. He's barely transparent. He don't want to give decent injury reports. Come on. That's ego. That's ego, man. People asking about Davenport, they want to know where's Davenport? Why is his elbow messed up like that? Oh, I don't want to get into it. I'm not going to get into it. Man, come on. We're going to find out one way or the other, dude. What you talking about, bro? What you talking about, fool? We're going to find out one way or the other, man. Why you not going after pass rushers that can help Davenport? The rest of these guys hurt right here. Why you not doing, oh, we fine. We're going to be all right. See, you detached from reality. Me and you all know that they should be out there right now going to get veterans to help out because most of those guys hurting on their defensive line. I just read you the scouting report. Those guys are banged up. And you're not going to get somebody, you're going to go sign a practice squad player who you're not even going to put on the active roster. The guy don't have no chance of making it to the roster. And I know they got some Zetto guy on there. That guy never going to see the light of day, man. It's amazing, bro. But we're going to keep it going, though, because it's fun Because I'm a love seeing if he could shake that passing addiction. I'm for real, man. Jermaine said, that's why I'm hard on Breeze. He the leader of offense. He should tell Peyton, let's run the ball this last season. You have to grow some balls in. I think Drew Brees is going to rock with Sean Payton on the passing attack because it's benefiting him. You know, he won't stack up the passing yards. He wanted to keep them yards away from Brady. The family members got that right. He's a passing quarterback of himself. Don't get me wrong, he'll go to the run if he needs to, but he check out of the run and throw the ball as well. And Sean Payton's supposed to get on and say, nope. Next time, we're going to run this ball. We're going to be... But see, they both more Sean Payton than him because Sean Payton allowing it to happen. But Drew Brees is not going to... He's going to be for the pass because he want to stack. He won't pile up the statistics. I mean, that's just how it is. But we talk about team first game, right? That you're a good teammate. Is that a good teammate that want to throw the ball all the time? What about your guy there? Okay, no, okay. See, it's it when it get down to the field and action on the field, stuff get sticky on that field. When they come down to money with them guys not getting the carries that they need, guys get frustrated because it's most of their contracts are incentive laden, which means they got to have snaps to get on that. But who controls the snaps? The coach does. So that's what Ingram, remember several years ago, Ingram and Peyton fell out because of that. And Ingram and Peyton pulled him out the game when he had that good run that he did the red zone. And then Peyton pulled him out, put the other guy in, scored the touchdown, and Ingram was hot. You know why? Because if he got that touchdown, he would have got, what was it, a $500,000 to $1 million. He would have hit a contract incentive that would have gave him the money that he needed. But he pulled him out of there. He was hot. Y'all remember that? Come on now. Brandon says, I'm still tripping at the Saints willingly to give up a second-round pick. $10 million to Clowney, and he has 7 tackles and 0 sacks in 3 games. Yep. I would say still Everson Griffin's performing a lot better than him. I seen Everson Griffin get a sack. He's performing a lot better than Jadeveon Clowney, man. But they expect Clowney to take off later in the year, so we're going to see. But that showed you how desperate they were, Brandon, to go after Jadeveon Clowney because they knew about Marcus Davenport's elbow situation. But Sean Payton didn't go and find another veteran that he can bring on the team that was cheaper, that can help out, take the pressure off those guys until Davenport made it back 100%. And even if he did make it back to start playing in a limited capacity, you don't expect him to play full snaps. You want to slowly move him in there. Problem is, Trey Hendrickson got a groin issue. Carl Granderson got banged up a little bit, so we don't exactly know where they are. And you can say, well, throw Zach Bourne in there. Zach Bourne's a rookie. Where's the veterans to lean on? There are none. You're leaning on guys that got a history of injury, and I'm not surprised that this is happening. I basically called it. I really did, and I hate to say that, but truth is true. All right, Iceman says 10-6, but that's not a bad year. Throw at least to me. Thank you. Mark says 13-3 at best. Thank you, Mark. He said 11-5. Tyra says, I'll let you know Sunday after the game, Big Q. All right, Tyra. Thank you, baby. All right, appreciate that. All right, Jamal says, I hope this, Jermaine Paul says, hey, Q, the Peyton is better. We're going through Katrina this year alone. Suspension with Bounty Gate. Roger Goodell fights him. And now COVID-19, he's done mentally. He went through a lot, man. And that's the job as a Saints coach because the Saints is hated by a lot of people. The national press despises the Saints. That's why we so good. That's why we such a strong unit. It's the Saints against the world. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is. Dave says, yeah, I can see. He said, yeah, also the offensive line need to protect Drew Brees, and that lends to the running game to Kamara. Thank you. Running the ball helps out. You take the ball out of Drew Brees' hands, giving it to Kamara's hand, give it to Latavius Murray. Let him run the ball. I agree with you, family. Y'all absolutely right. Thank you. All right. Once again, thank you, B. Jizzle. Appreciate you that for your super chat, my friend. Thank you. Much appreciated. All right. Johnny says, well, Kamara, Washington, and Murray, Saints can average 200 yards. I'm serious, bro. They can really be a force if Sean Payton get up off of that foolishness. All right. Kevin says somebody, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Parcells, call him and ask him to talk to his boy. Go get your boy. He probably did. He don't listen. He don't reach the point where I don't have to listen to you, Parcells. I am Parcells now. You know, you ever heard sucker tripping like that? He was used to, I'm better than you now. Okay. Yeah, okay. Lee says, Q, you talk about football or Viking. When we covered that report, that's old school, 2010, when all that went down. So a lot of craziness over there, man. We got to get it together. All right, B just says, Q, Q know his shit. All right, thank you for that, bro. Appreciate it. We that, who that nation, who that to your family. Hit that one button, see? Family members know what they're looking at, man. You can't fool people. You can't fool the Great Saint Think Tank, man. You can't fool it. Gundam says jumbo run package. Hey, you got 3 tight ends. Didn't he say he gonna run the 3? Remember he said that? Start the season off 3 tight end package. You don't bring the 3 tight end package to just start throwing the ball all over the place. 3 tight end package is predominantly a running, so you could throw out of it. But it's basically a running play to add extra blockers out there so you can maul guys. You put the fullback out there, mano-a-mano. The Saints have turned into a finesse football team, the ground and pound, and that's due to Sean Payton. Once again, thank you, Crash, for putting out all of those links, bro. Thank you for your help with that. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Iceman said Malcolm Jenkins. There you go. That's one of them. That's one of them. You think them guys? I'm telling you, you're going to see. Y'all going to see what y'all think this is. I'm telling you. It's the pressure of the Super Bowl is on the shoulders, and you're losing to teams that you have no business losing to. That's where the frustration is. It's not like you battled this team down and they just got away with a really good play at the last minute and it was a really fun game. You got respect for the team. No, these are shameful losses. Shameful losses to lesser teams. The Raiders are not there. The Raiders are not there yet. You know, they're not there yet. But the Packers are a super playoff team, and I wouldn't put them in the same peer group as the Saints. But when you lose games like that, the way you losing them, because you too stupid or too not stupid, but you too stubborn. In some cases, stupid to run the ball too. So we'll see. A Rich Most Big Q, when we do run the ball, do you think we need better play design and more people around the formations, better use of personnel? When was the last time we saw a new idea and not just the gimmick? And that's a great point, Rich Smo, and thanks for the question. Now, the gimmick stuff that Payton's was the Taysom Hill packages. Notice they're not effective no more. You know why? Because the rest of the NFL caught up to Taysom. They had enough film to study his stuff. And I was saying that last year is that the NFL catches up very quickly. Taysom has been neutralized the last 2 performances. He didn't look good against the Packers, and he didn't look good against the Raiders. You hit me? Do you hear me? The NFL's caught up to the Taysom Hill package. We got to change it. I said that before the year coming in. Do not run the Taysom Hill package unless you will let him throw the ball out of the package. It's the only way it'll work. If you don't do that, you telegraph into the defense that this is a running play. They will stack the box and will kill him. You hear me? You hear me? For people who know football, I'm telling you the truth. If you don't allow Taysom Hill to throw out, and I think that was a passing play, the one he fumbled the ball, he was supposed to throw that damn ball. Because nobody in their right mind will call a run play and you got 7 people in the box. And also shame on him, on Taysom, for not recognizing that. He know they're going to play the run before the pass, and he has more of an advantage and easier to throw the ball than he would do to run the ball. They're going to stack the box, and that's what they did. They came up, they seen him, they crept up, and then when he snapped the ball, 7 people was in the box waiting for him. How you going to run against 7? You can't do that. So, you know, like I said, that's true. You got to change that up and listen. And you absolutely too. Rich Smo, that's a great comment too. The Saints have to stop utilizing so much gimmick offense and go to more of their traditional base running packages, 3 tight end sets. Jumbo package sounds good. Power eye formations. Going back to even the 3 wide receiver sets, 4 wide receiver sets, spreading out defenses. Put Kamara as a wide receiver in the 4 wide receiver sets. Lone back Latavius Murray, spread out the defense, hit him with an option or a draw play with Latavius Murray up there, let him get 5 yards easily. Stuff like that. We need to concentrate on traditional fundamental football plays that we ran that brought us a lot of success down here. Enough of the gimmick stuff. They caught up to the gimmick of what the Taysom Hill package is. It don't work anymore unless you let them throw the ball. Any other way, you telling the defense, the opposing defense, this guy about to run. They don't respect him as a passer. They do not respect him as a passer. All they see is him as a rusher, and they pile up the box. And he showed me that he's not ready for quarterback duties because that was a shotgun play, and he was looking at them right there, and he knew they was creeping up. And you steal After all that, try to run up against that. See, that showed me, nah, you ain't ready, partner. You ain't ready. Because if you'd have known that, you'd have got yourself ready for a pass because they was expecting you to run. You do the opposite of what they want you, what they expecting. If they expecting run, you hit them with the pass. If they expecting pass, you hit them with the run. That's how you keep the defense off tilted and you take advantage of them because you got them thinking one way and you do the other. If they ever match you like, okay, they thinking run, and they call run, that play is going to be a failure. 9 times out of 10, they're going to stop you if they know you running. If they know you running and they call it a run, and them guys come up to play the run, you ain't going to get nothing. You're going to get very little, if nothing. So it has to be the opposite. That's how you trick the defenses. He couldn't even see that, which shows me that he ain't ready for it, man. He ain't ready for that. And it's not his fault. He's not getting enough practice at the QB position. I've said that as well, family. So, Rich Mo, you're absolutely right. That Taysom Hill package has got to go unless they're going to throw on the ball. We got to focus on more traditional-based offensive sets. The power wide, let's go back to the ground and pound game. I've been saying that. And then you can have the 3, 4, and even 5 wide receiver sets. You have the 3 tight end packages. I love, and stuff like that. You can get it going. I'm even to a degree get rid of let's get rid of shoot, I can't think about the plays. The sweep pass, like say for instance, like you got a fast defense like Green Bay, and those defensive linebackers run sideline. Or the Minnesota Vikings, they have good linebackers who can go sideline to sideline like Atlanta does. You don't want to do that with them. You want to pound the ball up the center of the defense. You want to use those plays. Let's go. Why can't we go to more of the zone runs? That's the things that people that know how to beat the Saints, they do. They go into that zone run and they use that zone run package against. Why can't we do that? Why can't we use the zone run? Why can't we use against them what they used against us with success? Why can't we do that? Why can't we incorporate the 3 running back set like the 49ers had good success against the Saints defense last year doing that? Why can't we do that? We can't do that because you got a coach that's an offensive coordinator that refused to take stuff from outside the building, bring it in and incorporate it to his philosophy. He the shit and he think he got it all figured out. Oh, I got this. We got this. And you see they handling it to him. You're getting beat by a second-year ass coach in your own building and that's supposed to go down well. Are you scratching and fussing? Man, this ain't hard to tell, family. Like old Nas used to say, it ain't hard to tell. This is what it is. All right, let's keep it going here, fam. I'm gonna hit a few more chat questions here. We're approaching 2.5 hours. I'm gonna hit a few more comments. I'm gonna exhaust the chat, then we're gonna shut the stream down. But I just want to, listen, family. Y'all know I'm passionate. Y'all know I'm serious about this here. And I know the team gonna come back, but it's really interesting. I want to see what Sean Payton do, more so than anybody else for the next 2 weeks before the bye. I want to see if he commits to the run more. 30 times, 25 plus times. I'll say 30 times, man. 30 times, bro. Give them the running backs the ball. You can throw whatever the hell you want to do. But 30 times a game, let me know you're serious. And that's, if you notice, that what happened in the Tampa Bay game. He came out there and gave the ball 15 times to Latavius Murray and 12 or 13 times to Kamara in that game. Almost 30 attempts right there. That's what you need. And then the next game, not so much. And the next game, not so much. You got to bring the running attack in there. I know I'm sounding like a broken record, but sometimes you got to break it over his goddamn head for it to work. Travis says Zach Bourne is a rookie, but Peyton said he wanted to go with a younger player, so why isn't he in the game? Very good question there. And that's another thing. That's on Dennis Allen. Dennis Allen needs to play Zach Bourne because he can't do no worse than what the hell Caden Ellis is doing. Caden Ellis is letting the guys get behind him. He got burnt for 2 wide open ass touchdown passes. How is that possible, dude? If you study and film, you should know to stick with your guy. You know, how you not sticking wide open touchdown passes? Remember he let that happen to Tampa Bay? Let that happen with Green Bay? I mean, come on, man. Zach Bourne can't do no worse than that, man. I mean, come on. He can't. Thank you, Travis504, for that, bro. And let me finish Rich Mo's questions. When we do run the ball, do you think we need to and I think I asked that. I mentioned the power wide, the 3 tight end packages, the 4, the 3 or 4, even 5 wide receiver sets. You can do that. You got the personnel for that. And I'm saying 4 or 5 wide receivers with Kamara as one of the wide receivers. You see what I'm saying? Latavius Murray in the backfield, spread out the defense. Boom, hit him with that draw. Hit him with that draw. Bam, 5 yards easy. Do it again, 5 yards easy. Do it again, 5 yards easy. I'm saying sometimes, man, you got to have a better scheme than what you have, because what you have is not working because they done caught up to you, which is another component to are you over the hill. Over the hill also could interpret, you can add this to it too, family. We talked about Sean Payton not adjusting his mentality or his game plan, which he was pretty good at in prior years, of adjusting the playbook so the rest of the NFL don't catch up with him. It appears like the NFL is catching up with him, and that's why his packages are not working like they're supposed to. And I've already mentioned, for an example, in receipts, the Taysom Hill package is not effective like it was 2 years ago, or last year for that matter. They've caught up with that play. You can no longer use that play without them knowing the surprise element of that play exists no more. He's now a found commodity, and you will have to find another way to incorporate him in this offense that they're not familiar with. And that means throwing the ball in the Taysom Hill packages. In other words, if you're not doing that, it's a detriment to the offense. It'll cost you yards. It ultimately get him hurt. Don't do it no more. Stop the Taysom Hill package. Let's abandon the Taysom Hill package until they can figure out a way for him to throw the ball out of the package. Don't, because when they know it's a run first package, you ain't fooling nobody. Them guys ran right up to that goddamn line when Taysom came in the game. They was backed off, and then when Taysom came in, them linebackers came up front there. They knew he was going to run the ball. And he sure didn't opt out of it. He looked at that goddamn defense and still did that and got his ass bust and caused the fumble. He ain't ready to be no quarterback, family. I told y'all that. A good quarterback would have seen that and audibled out of that shit to a passing play. I think it originally was a passing play, but it was set up like a play action, which I keep raising this point. All of that was dumb. The whole damn thing was dumb, because why, if it was set up like a play action, like he was handing the ball, an option, it was an option play to Latavius, he's supposed to either keep it or throw it. Why would you do that when nobody is afraid of the rushing attack? Because they've been playing the pass. They're not afraid of Latavius Murray running the ball. So that option play made no sense in that scenario. You get what I'm saying? That only worked if they're like, oh, Latavius about to get the ball. We got to get him. And they follow Latavius. Nobody bit on Latavius Murray. They stuck to him, so they weren't fooled by that at all. Matter of fact, Zadarius Smith shot around the sideline, didn't even bump the wide receiver to throw him off route. The wide receiver went right around him. Zadarius could have bumped him knowing that he had to pass, right? Zadarius is a smart dude. He would have knew if that was a pass or not. He would have bumped the guy coming in, right? He didn't do nothing. He ran right him because he knew he was going to try to keep the ball. They knew he was going to keep the ball. They read that play, and they destroyed it in the backfield, caused the fumble, and that ended the game. They never could recover from that. So that's what I'm saying. You have to get rid of that, because that was a bad play call to institute in that time of the game. There were several other really good packages that you could have ran besides the Taysom Hill stuff. Get rid of the gimmick stuff. We do not need the gimmick stuff anymore. Eliminate the gimmick stuff. You have enough talent on the team where you can utilize the actual talent in real formats as opposed to gimmick or trick bag stuff. We don't need that. Eliminate that. It's only a detriment now. If they know you're gonna do it, it only works if you have a certain surprise, an element of surprise to it. Those plays don't have element of surprise anymore. They don't. So why are you still running them if they're not surprising anybody? You just set yourself up for failure. They know about Taysom Hill now. He's no longer a surprise anymore. So you would have to find another way to use him. All right, let's keep it going here. Charles Winston said that was all Taysom. He didn't want to give it to Murray. And that's a shame, because the truth of the matter is, bro, had he gave it to Murray, if you looked at the play, Murray ran through there unabated. He would have made it to the second level. He'd have made it to the offense, and everybody was tunneling in on Taysom. They knew Taysom was going to keep that ball. If he would have let Murray have that ball, Murray would have did a lot better than what the hell he was going to do. I'll tell you that much. I promise you that much. It's just the same. Brock said Lakers up 6. Hey, tell that to Mozzie, Uncle Mozzie there, Brock, who jumped from Boston, and he called Boston and the Nuggets in the finals. None of them made it, by the way, and I know you're watching. None of your teams made it, by the way, but you jump on the Miami bandwagon and said this morning on TSC Unleashed that Miami was going to win and go Jimmy Buckets, and they trailing 65-48. Wait till tomorrow, Mozzie. Love it. Melanin guy, what up, fam? How you doing, bro? He says, Young City Night. Well, I see you, Desire and Galvis, Bunny, Friend Park, Independence, and Galvis in the building. There we go. Paul says, Q, Peyton can't keep Breeze out of the second and third and long drives in games. On the historian on point, Tramal says Peyton letting mediocre defensive coordinators get the best of them. Run the ball, you win. JT says, hey Q, I said this years ago, someone have to stand up and talk, and it got to be a big person on on the team. Thank you, brother JT, you're right. Trey says 15 touch minimum for Murray. Thank you. I'll go for that. 15 for Murray, 10 for 15 for Murray, 10 plus for Kamara, 10 for plus Kamara, 3 or 4 for Dwayne Washington. Why not? You know, get them involved. If something happens to either one of them guys, he have some reps, he got used to the system. You got to know how to do that. All right, what's up, Philanthrodox? Who that to you, family? Good to see you in the chat. Smoke that says jet sweep you talking about. Yes, the sweeps. And why not? You know, I mean, but some of that stuff, it's like you got to get rid of some of that stuff that the Saints are doing. Like, get rid of that stuff because people are known for, you know, all that. Get rid of that. We don't need to do that no more. We did that because we had a limited roster in terms like we had last year. We had certain people that was contributing. Nobody else was. And 3 or 4 guys had to carry the entire offense for the team. That's not the case this year. You have your full open roster of very talented skill set players, even in role positions that can help the team. Allow these young guys to come in and help you. Open up the playbook. 3, 4, 5 wide receiver sets. Open up the 3 tight end packages. Open up the power I formation. Stop the gimmicks and bring stuff back into the fold that actually works. Crash said, I need answers. He's up. Melanie says, Q, I don't think they should bring back Mike T. That's fool's gold. Bro, they desperate right now, bro. They desperate, and I agree with you. But he had 3 catches for what, 17 yards in game 1. He didn't look good. People saying, well, bring Mike back. He'll help. I agree with you, bro. I agree with you, Melanin Guy 504. I would hold Mike T out too. I would too. I would hold him out, but only if you can run the ball. The run the ball cures all the ills. We don't have to rush nobody back. We run the ball. It helps everything out. It all comes. The answer is the running game. The answer is Peyton sticking to the run. That's the answer. There is nothing else that can happen because if you keep doing this, you're going to see them people get more and more pissed off about it. I'm just keeping it real. Thank you for that, though, Melanin Guy. Appreciate you. And Crass, big ups to you, fam. Brandon says, Big Q, do you think Aaron Glenn has been given garbage to work with at cornerback? Bro, you know that's an understatement right there. The Saints have invested in safety position, but not the cornerback position since Marshawn Lattimore. Great point. Who else they got? They picked up Jack Rabbit for nothing. They signed him on waiver wire, got him for nothing. Didn't have to give up any money for him or any picks to get Janoris Jenkins. That was a blessing. $100 just fell out the sky. $1,000 bill fell out the sky in your hands. That would happen with Jenkins. But the Saints could have got rid of Patrick Robinson and PJ Williams and addressed it. Now you have Keith Washington, the second that's on the practice squad. Would love to see what this young kid can do. You see PJ Williams struggling like a dog, covering people, making tackles. You don't think the rookie, at least let the rookie get out there. At least we can see him get better. PJ Williams is not going to get better doing this. I don't understand why you holding on to PJ Williams. We know PJ Williams cannot play the cornerback position. We know PJ Williams, he done got to the point where he can't even cover tight ends. I mean, he can't even and he's supposed to be a safety. As a safety, you're supposed to cover tight ends. You're supposed to be able to cover tight ends. If you can't, we know you can't cover the wide receivers. Least you can do is cover the tight ends. You can't even do that. So what good is him? What good is PJ Williams or Patrick Robinson and these guys? We know these guys are failures. They never lived up to what PJ Williams was a second-round draft pick. He's supposed to be a starter. He never panned out. Couldn't even be a good nickel. Lost his job, by the way, to Ken Crawley, another buffoon we can't get rid of. These guys cannot look back for the ball. They're fundamentally flawed. Aaron Glenn cannot fix these guys. He can't fix them. You can't fix Ken Crawley. You cannot fix PJ Williams. These guys have bad fundamental beat into their brains, and they are not relinquishing it. The only thing you can do is go get somebody that's not afraid to turn and attack the ball, that's running down the field with their goddamn back turned, and don't even turn to look at the ball even though the wide receiver looking at the ball. If you see him looking, then dumbass, the ball is coming. You need to look. But he don't do it. He keep looking at him and then touching all over, and the guy called him for a pass interference. Even if the guy might drop the ball, but the fact that he had his hands on him, the referee throw the flag. You wasn't even turned around. You got to look back for the ball, man. And these guys don't do that. That's why they don't need to be on this team. They don't need to be on this team. We have not upgraded the cornerback position. That's why I wanted a veteran. I kept saying, let's go get a veteran. You had Duquise Denard out there. You had Kirkpatrick out there from Alabama. Had him out there. You had you still got Kayvon Webster out there. It'll be a good one. You got Mo Claiborne out there. You know, you could have got Tremaine Johnson. I think he was out there. I think he might be back out there. But you go back and get Ken Crawley. For real? You don't go get Mo Claiborne. You go get Kayvon Webster. These guys are better than Ken Crawley. You bring Ken Crawley back? Why? This is not working. We got rid of that guy for a reason, and he didn't get any better. If he had got better, guess what, family? He would still have a goddamn job now if he got better than what he was when we had him. They got rid of him, the Cardinals, and the Raiders got rid of Ken Crawley because they seen he was garbage too. You ain't gonna get rid of a good cornerback. They too hard to come by. So if the Raiders seen something in him, they would have kept him. They wouldn't have let him walk. All right, let's keep going on, man. Let me finish out. Ramses, how many people saw him 53-yard run that Kamara had a TD, that McCoy was out there leading the block for him all the way down? That's determination. Yeah, I like that by him. And, that's why I say the guys would make an excellent guard. And McCoy is terrific, man. You know, he's a bright spot among those young guys in the center of that line. Mark says they've been running the same offense for over 14 years. You got to change it up, bro. The league going to catch up with you sooner or later. Paul says, Q, Sean Payton cut Nigel Bradham for Alex Anzalone. He plays like a lost puppy. I've seen Alex too, man. Tell me if y'all seen this, family. Put one in the chat if y'all seen Alex Anzalone pull up on tackles. Put one in the chat if you've seen that. Did you guys have been seeing it? Alex Anzalone pulling up on tackles lately? Put one in the chat if you've been seeing what I've been seeing. Put one in the chat. Put one in the chat if you see Alex Anzalone pulling up on tackles. Put one in the chat. I've been wobbling like, oh, hold on. He ain't playing like his old self. And we might say because he's tired or whatever, but I ain't never seen him play like that, pulling up on tackles. I haven't seen that before. All right, let's keep it going here. Paul, how many games before Troutman win the starting position? Unsure on that, bro. We don't know what Cook is. Josh Hill delegated as a back. Look, Crass, Ramsey, Lee, John Top. I'm telling y'all. Why is he pulling up on tackles? Is he got a problem with his shoulder? He damn sure didn't take my advice and put them shoulder pads on. Ain't no reason why. And look, all the fans say, yep, we seeing him. See? I'm telling you, but why they not writing stories about that? Showing that Alex Anzalone pulling up on tackles. Huh? What's going on there, Big Q? Well, won't you ask the reporters? They gutless. They just want to regurgitate off each other's stories all damn day. They don't want to write real truth-bringing stories. That's why I'm for getting rid of them. That's because you ain't serving the people, serving the football team just so you can stay there and get the press pass. Tell the truth, man. Write the truthful articles like you supposed to. Tell the truth. This, expose. Peyton don't need no more friends. He got enough. His ego can't stand it. All right, thank you, family, for look at all the people put the one in the chat. I told y'all, man. See, look, the family members is paying attention, man. I've been watching, and people ain't been talking about it, but I've been watching them pull up on tackles. It ain't the same, Alex. Something wrong. Gary Caraway, I see you, Gary. Appreciate you, bro. Nola Boy 9, big ups to you as well, and the rest of the family members. Yeah, Crass say don't trust that shoulder. Yeah, you're right, Crass. That's what I'm saying, man. I'm telling y'all, man. It's like the Transformers over there. It's more than meets the eye. That's what it's a goddamn Transformers going on over there. It's more than meets the eye. It's more, I'm telling you, it's more going on here now. All right, let's keep it going here. Wendell, what's up, Wendell? I'm late to the chat, but what up, Big Q? And my Who Dat Nation family. Who that to you, Wendell? Good to see you in the chat, my brother. Antonio Moya, who that to you, Antonio? Good to see you. Despite that fumble, the first I seen him do since he been on the team. Put my boy Taysom in. Yep. Well, bro, I'm telling you, they neutralizing Taysom. That's why he don't look like that. And the Saints had him in, 14 snaps against the Raiders? What's going on there? You know, that's usually Taysom is running across the slot. He's getting the ball. Notice that that's not the case. Taysom does not look the same. There's several players on this team that don't look the same. And I don't know whether it's due to injury or not, but I know if you as fierce as Alex Anzalone and you pulling up on tackles, that's letting me know something wrong. You don't pull up on tackles. The only person I see pulling up on tackles more than Alex Anzalone is Marcus Williams. Y'all put one in the chat if you see Marcus Williams pull up on tackles. Watch all this. Watch all these people. Put one in the chat if you see Marcus Williams pull up on tackles, family. Put one in the chat if you see Marcus Williams pull up on tackles too. Watch all these ones. Watch all these ones. Watch all these ones. Watch them. Put one in the chat if you see Marcus Williams pull up on tackles. Watch all these ones. I'm telling you, man, something more than meets the eye. But anyway, big up to the family member. Thank y'all for chiming in on that one, man. Much love to you. Paul says, yeah, BQ, three in the games. Brandon says, BQ, when Andrews Pete got hurt, our offensive line got more athletic and quicker. We also can run it back. I agree with you, bro. Listen, Andrews was dealing with a busted thumb. You know, he had that thing taped up, and he was struggling, man. And they knew, and he was playing. The man got hard. That's why I always got love for Andrews Pete, because he plays when he hurt, and he did his best. But the guy was beating him in there, throwing him down, and then he got rolled up on. You know, I was like, man, let's just take him out of there, man. You know, he's not healthy. And now with that high ankle sprain, he's going to miss 2 to 4 weeks. That should help his thumb as well as him heal up with that. And what it does do is we should have activated another offensive line. We got Derek Kelly the second, but Cameron Thomas is another dude I like a lot. I know they put Will Clapp on the practice squad, but they're going to run with Nick Easton at the left guard, Ruiz at the right guard. I don't like seeing Easton in there as much as, but you don't have much of a choice. The Saints are going to lean on him because of the money. And you got Ruiz there. It'll be a blessing in disguise because it keeps Ruiz on the field. Now he can't hide Ruiz no more. You got to put him out there and start because so that was a plus. You know, just pulling the pluses out of the minuses, you know, for the most part. I appreciate that. Thank you, Brandon, for that. Melanin Guy says, Q, why the Saints haven't been able to use the 3 running backs since 09? And notice defense had not been a top 10 scoring defense since 09. You're right, bro. And a lot of that's due to the fact, like, if you're running the ball, and I think a lot of that was Peyton was a different coach then, you know, and I think, you know, Tom Benson was alive, and Tom Benson was the alpha dog in that building. So there wasn't no other alpha dogs, and Tom Benson ran that building. He knew football. Tom Benson was passionate like we was passionate. He'd be up in the stands watching the game. He'd be kicking stuff and throwing stuff, and he'll stand up and get mad. He was a true fan as owner. He wasn't a guy that just cared about the money. He was out there. Then he was happy when we won. He was mad when we lost. He was fussing, and he was the one that kept Sean Payton under control. But when Tom Benson passed away, Sean Payton had nobody in that building challenging him. And he became the alpha dog, and he rolls around with no accountability. Nobody challenges him when he loses. When he lost the playoff game last year to Minnesota, nobody told him nothing. Ricky Loomis came out with a statement, said, we are proud of our team and what they did this year. And I attacked that. Said, I'm not proud of you talking pride. You should be ashamed of yourself because the goal was to win a Super Bowl. Don't talk to me about pride. You know, don't talk to me. But see, the truth is they got their money and they happy. The only one was mad was you walking around mad to have the whole goddamn summer. Because Sean Payton most certainly wasn't mad. What did Sean Payton do after he lost the Minnesota game? I'm going to let the family members answer in that. Let me ask you that. That'll be the final question I ask the family members. Answer that question, family. What did Sean Payton do after he lost the game against Minnesota in January? What did he do? What was the first thing he did? And put that in the chat. That'll show you all you need to know about whether or not he's serious about winning. Because a serious coach wouldn't have done what he did. They would have stayed there and figured out whatever they needed to do. And what was the answer for that? He got rid of Larry Warford. He blamed Larry Warford for it. Oh, Larry Warford, he got beat up and he looked bad in that game, but that whole damn offensive line looked bad. So did the defensive line, but you ain't fired none of them. So it was one man? No, it was on you, Peyton. And I see you who you are. I see who you are. And then many of them probably don't, but I see who you are. All right, thank you for that. Appreciate you for that, bro. Appreciate that. That was a good question, bro. Good question. Running game's a big part of that, Melanin Guide. You're absolutely right. You got to run the ball. It helps the defense out. It keeps them fresh. It does. It really do. And I keep saying that, but that is the difference and why we looking so bad. I'm telling you that. That's what a tired defense look like. Thank you. Sad Scott, who that to you, bro? He said they're raving about Bourne. I haven't saw him do anything. They hadn't put him on the field, bro. Take Caden Ellis off the field, put Zach Bourne there. Could Zach Bourne do any worse than what Caden Ellis done? I mean, seriously. Rambis says, I'm only scared that them shoulder pads might disintegrate. Well, bro, we the one told him, go get the Ricky Jacksons, go get the Vaughn Johnsons, the Bill Romanowskis, the Brian Coxes. I would want the Lawrence Taylors. You know, I was the one saying, look, go get them. Go get these shoulder pads. The Tim McDonald's, remember Tim McDonald, big ass shoulder pads? The Sam Mills. I mean, but Vaughn Johnson's shoulder pads was so big, it was up to his earlobes. I showed pictures of them. They looked like they was trying to eat the top of his head off. That's how big them shoulder pads was. But they won't be pretty and wear these quarterback ass shoulder pads. And that's why he falling apart with his arm. Several surgeries and you still ain't do what I said? All right. And notice, that's why I say the fam see him tiptoeing in them holes. Something wrong with him too. Why not? All of the guys that were hurt last year and the last several years, you're seeing them hurt now. What else is they hiding from you? But I want to see what them young guys could do. Nigel Bradham would have helped out now. I guarantee you Nigel Bradham wouldn't be getting burnt over the top. That touchdown in Tampa Bay or that one with Green, he wouldn't have got burnt over the top. I promise you that much. That's what 9 years of inexperience, NFL experience in the Super Bowl will get you in starting capacity. Will get you. You see shit. You see what it looks like. You can call it out. Goes to show you. A lot of ones see the family members saying the same thing about Marcus Williams. Inevitable, good to see you in the chat, family. Trey Joseph, good to see you, fam, once again. See, Marcus Williams, ones all over the goddamn place. See? Family, see, they seeing it, man. You can't deny that. Sassy, I say definitely Marcus Williams pulls up. You right, Q. See? Look at the stats. Smokeless says Q. We know he definitely pulling up. Ain't no doubt about it. He don't want no smoke. Tramal says Marcus Williams looks stupid if he does try to tackle. And we still playing around. Iceman said a bunch of ones. Iceman sent the army of ones in that chat. There's an army of ones from the Iceman. All right, Paul says Nigel Bradham got cut for getting an argument with Peyton about playing time. Is that a reason to get cut? Huh? It is. If you're Sean Payton, you get cut for asking for more playing time. Not for you running away from playing time and won't collect the free check. You want to contribute. You get cut for asking the coach, coach, can I contribute more? I want to help the team win. That's why you brought me in here. I think I can contribute to help the team win. And he cuts him for that. Well, you cut. Really? Who does that? Who does that? I'm an egotistical person does. One that's not in control of his ego. Sat Scott says Marcus needs to be scared to tackle. He's too finesse. He need to be benched for DJ Swearinger. I would have kept Bell over Williams. Remember, DJ Swearinger was inactive the last 2 games so they could put PJ Williams out there. And PJ Williams ain't been doing nothing but getting his ass handed to him. Put one in the chat if y'all see PJ Williams get burnt all over the place. Put one in the chat if you see PJ Williams get burnt. I know y'all wearing that goddamn one button out. It probably ain't going to work no more after this. But put one in the chat if you've seen PJ Williams get burnt all over the place. And remember, they shut down DJ Swearinger for 2 games to put PJ Williams in there. And PJ Williams getting murked all over the field. Put one in the chat if you've seen that. HB Watkins, who that to you? Put one in there. Caution, who that to your family? Good to see you in the chat as well. Big ups to you, bro. Good to see you. All right. Williams says, yep, clap, practice squad. Let's see who else we got here. Jerry said, I told my dad the day before the wild card game Sunday when the Vikings team, the Saints will get in that. He says, the Saints will get in that game. They lost the regular season finale or 2. They rebounded and knocked us out 1 or 2. Yep, brother Jerry, you absolutely right, man. It's curious, man. Nola Boy 9 says Q, it's time for a new coach. Peyton is up, fam. We're gonna see, bro. They ain't gonna relinquish him. He still got 3 or 4 years on his contract. They're not gonna cut him loose, but I just want to see the pressure. See, as big as your ego is, sooner or later you gotta succumb to the pressure. If the losses start mounting up, you're not winning the way you're supposed to, sooner or later, the pressure comes upon the coach. He just hadn't felt it yet. It's on him. But it won't be on him until, man, listen, if the Saints don't win these next 2 games, there's going to be a lot of pressure on the team. They should be going into the bye week 4-3. I mean, what are we? 4-2. 4-2. No, we 1-2. So 3, what? 3, 4, 3-2. We should be going in there 3-2 into the bye week and should be able to start a string and win about 10 games in a row. I'm just keeping it real. You got to run the ball, and you can't get away from it no more. It's obvious now. It's blatantly obvious. We're gonna see in the Detroit game, by the way. We're gonna see. All right, thank you for that, bro. Appreciate that. Ram says run the power, I formation, stop the run, one back set. Philanthrox says put in Swearinger. I agree, bro. Swearinger was deactivated for PJ Williams. Look at all the ones in the chat. We're gonna break all your damn one buttons in a minute. All the one buttons gonna be broke. Look at that. Everybody one in the chat seen it. The same thing. Travis got an army of ones right there. Dewan, who that? Dewan, he got an army of ones. Gabriel, who that to you, Gabriel Thomas? Good to see you, family. An army of ones. Gabriel in there. And look at the rest of the family members. Ones all over the goddamn place. PJ got put in the game. DJ Swearinger taken out of the game. And PJ in there, he can't even cover a tight end. He can't cover the tight end. Listen, he can't cover the tight end, family. The tight end. He's supposed to be a safety. You got to be able to cover the tight end. If you're a safety, you're supposed to be able to do that. We don't want him to cover. You stay away from a wide receiver, but now you can't cover a tight end? Okay. 4-2 says Philanthrodox. Yeah. The Undertaker says Smokeless. Sad Scott says Dede Ridley had to run down the receiver and push the guy out of bounds because Marcus Williams was running alongside the guy looking at him. He was his escort. He was escorting him to the sideline. Boy, I tell you, boy, that guy, man, y'all gonna learn. Jermaine says PJ might be drinking before the game. My man, something crazy going on. He damn sure ain't paying attention. Philanthropics, why are they still getting more time than PJ? That makes no sense. I know, bro. None of it makes sense. That's the problem. None of it. It's too many series of nonsensical errors. And it's all the call of the coach. We have to do it better than this. You got to play the players that's making an impact as opposed to the guys that's getting burnt. And another question is, what do you think happens when your defense is struggling? And if you really do believe that the defense is struggling as bad as it is, then why are we not pulling certain guys out and starting other guys, right? If the defense is, if he's really thinking the defense is the problem, right? And the media members are saying the same thing, and they would believe that tripe about the defense is just being bad because they're bad. It don't have nothing to do with the fact that they're tied. Then when the Saints defense come out, we should see new starters, right? We should see PJ Williams get benched, right? We should see some other guys get benched, right? We should see Caden Ellis get benched, right? We should see Trey Hendrickson get benched, perhaps, and some other guys. Granderson gets an opportunity there, perhaps. The sheriff slots. Let's see Granderson move up there. If and Davenport starts but works his snaps with Granderson. You see what I'm saying? With those guys that's struggling, that's not looking good, and you're looking for somebody to step up and do something, there should be a switch on the defense. We shall see if that's the case. Are they going to march out the same defensive roster out there? If you believe that, they're going to have the same guys on defense, family, because nobody believes that. That's all a bunch of lies. The media know that's a lie, and they writing fluff stories to not piss off the coach. Y'all know it, and I know it. Y'all read all those articles. Ain't nobody coming at them like this. Nobody asking valid. These ain't stupid questions. These valid questions that's posed. So how I know they ask these questions and they don't? Huh? I'm real enough to say it out there and don't give a damn if you know it or not. If you think I'm spitting out mistruths, get on this goddamn show. I open up these phone lines all the time. If I'm talking smack, get on here and stand before me on this channel and tell me I'm talking smack. Put your goddamn receipts up there. And I'll go even harder on you. Because I'm really kind of keeping it 1 or 2 levels. I'm keeping it real, but I can go to the third clutch on that real, man. Especially on Sean Payton. I'm telling you, I'm keeping it. I can go a lot harder than what I can go. Trust me on that. But I'm hitting them harder than anybody else. You know, and if I start hitting them any harder, they're gonna say, "Q, you bullying them, man." It's not gonna be a good sight. But listen, man. Sad Scott says, you know, our linebackers not right. DA taking Malcolm Jenkins and moving him down in the box to play linebacker. I said before the season, our linebackers is weak as sweetened water. Thank you, bro. Thank you for that, bro. Sad Scott, big ups to you. Philadelphia said, I'm going to say it again. Can we see Winston play at least against the Lions? It's not bro, and I understand people frustrated, but listen, Drew Brees is not the issue here. It's the running. They need to run the ball, man. They need to run the ball. Jameis Winston ain't ready. Jameis is not ready, and Taysom Hill is not ready. They're not ready. Drew Brees gives you the best chance to win, but you got to have the running game there. you have to, the running game has to be the primary mode of transportation for the ball, and the passing game has to be secondary. Until we get that into our heads, you know, we're going to continue to struggle to beat these teams barely when we should be beating them by double digits. That's the reality. The running game should be primary, passing game secondary. Why? Because you got a 41-year-old quarterback who can't carry the team like he used to, who shouldn't have to carry the team like he used to. He'll win you a few games, but it should be the running attack. That's why I'm against pulling Drew out of there, because if you look at his statistics, he has really good statistics, but you got to look at the fact that they're not keeping it real on the run. That's the bottom line, man. So, I mean, that's how I feel about it, but thank you. HB Watkins, who that to your family, says, why you think we're not looking at the free agents for D-line or D-back help? Is it Peyton Pride or the team doesn't want to pay anyone anymore? I don't think it's that they can clear up money if they need money, family. You know, they still got what, $6 or $7 million in cap. They can do it. They just stubborn headed with what they got. What we got is good enough. That's how they feel about it. So you don't go out and try to get Everson Griffin, even though you tried to do a sign and trade for Jadeveon Clowney, and Everson Griffin is doing better than him with Dallas. But it would cost you $6 million to get Everson Griffin. You wouldn't have to do a sign and trade. That don't exist in the NFL. You wouldn't have done it. Need to do that. You wouldn't need to do that. You'd have got to say, but see, no, not that. You got guys right now you can get for $2 million in Cameron Wake that can come in and play line, become defensive interior lineman or defensive end. Super cheap. You can get Clay Matthews for less than $3 million right now. He don't want to do it. He's saying whatever we got right now is good enough. We can win with what we got. We got the team. And we'll see. That's all I can say. We'll see, but thank you for that question, bro. Appreciate you, HB Watkins, who that to you, fam. Seth Scott says, you're right, crew. Breeze is not the problem. It's him. It's Sean Payton. Sean Payton has to run the game. That's why I said run the ball first, pass the ball second. That's how you do it, bro. I'm going to just keep it real. We running the ball. He just not sticking to it. He going away from it to throw it because he has a passing addiction. We covered this. So Paul says, Q, the press not asking Sean Payton if his wife can cook or clean or not to be, right. Stupid, dumb questions, bro. But trying to tell 49ers how to beat the Vikings. That's right. There you go, William. I asked the question. I said, family, what was Sean Payton doing after the Saints lost the game to the Vikings? What did he do the next week? William says, he says, Q, he's trying to tell the 49ers how to beat the Vikings. What Sean couldn't do, shaking my head. That's right. If for people who forgot, I'm going to refresh your memory. Sean Payton got on a plane. He went to San Francisco the next week after losing to the Vikings. Losing to the Vikings in the Superdome, distasteful loss. Everybody upset. He gets on the goddamn plane to San Francisco to be an analyst on the San Francisco versus Minnesota playoff game. So he was in there trying to tell the 49ers how to beat the Vikings and telling the Vikings how to beat the 49ers. Are you kidding me? You don't consider that a conflict of interest? You just lost. What are you doing being an analyst anyway over there? Your team just lost to again in a real shitty way. You mean to tell me you supposed to be in that building trying to fix that team? That show you all you need to know about what kind of dude that is to do that. And a lot of people don't remember that. A lot of people didn't know that he did that. But see, I knew, and I was looking for the footage. I cannot find that footage of him sitting his stinking ass up there at that game in San Francisco trying to tell the 49ers how to beat the Vikings, and he just gave up the game. I was so upset. I was like, what the hell is he doing over there? He's like, well, Q, he can go wherever he want. Really? What kind of image or message is that to your team? Did any of the media people attack him for that? Nobody said nothing except for me. The media didn't open their mouths and play him and say, why is Sean Payton at that game trying to tell that other team how to beat that other team when he should be back at Airline Drive trying to figure out what happened? People don't remember that, but I do. I remember that. All right, let's keep it going here. Jermaine said, yep, better get ready because I think we'll see him sooner than later. Notice I was on Drew Q, but I get what you've been saying. You're right, bro. I'm just saying, Nola boy, bro, let's see what he looked like with the running attack because he's not going to throw the ball. The reason why they ain't throwing the ball downfield because they playing off the ball. You throw a bunch of interceptions, then we'll really be clowning them. So, I mean, he's too smart for that. So the Saints got to learn to run the ball. Thank you, last Saint. That's Drew goddamn Breeze right there, bro. Appreciate that, bro. He says, didn't we run the ball 3 times the first series and score? Our run game is vicious. I'm just glad Michael's back. Drew throws slants 9. We good. Just dink a donkey too. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you for your chat, bro. Thank you. And thank you, B Jizzle as well, and the rest of the family members for super chats and also your cash apps. Thank you, fam. All right. Brandon says, Q, do you think it's time for Saints to trade Marcus Williams, Sheldon Rankins, Marshawn if they don't intend to pay him in 2021? Good questions. Sheldon Rankins, I would still hold on to all those guys because we're in the middle of I wouldn't get rid of any of those guys. And Marcus Williams, I would consider trading him at the end, but we too far into it to think about trading him unless we can get fair trade value. And, Jamal Adams would have been a really good addition back there. He'd have been a mean, nasty, smart safety that we would have wanted Marcus Williams to turn out to be. But I wouldn't consider trading none of them right now. We stuck with those guys for the duration of the season, bro. And we just got to make it work. We just got to make it work. Oh, Philanthrodoc says, you know what? I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, that's what happened. If people don't, he said you took that video down. I was looking for that video, trying to find it, bro, about Sean Payton sitting up there commentating. You see, people don't know. See, a lot of people don't even remember that. They don't even remember that. The week after the Saints lost to the Vikings, Sean Payton was at the Minnesota Vikings and San Francisco 49er game out there in San Francisco commentating the game, telling the 49ers how to beat the Vikings and the Vikings how to beat the 49ers. And he couldn't even do it. The next week. And you telling me ain't nothing wrong with that? He can go wherever he want? That's why the team falling through the flow. You see? You ain't taking it serious. Nobody that's serious would have done that. The media didn't call him out. I was the only one calling him out on that and saying, what is he doing over there? Going down there doing that when he need to be on Airline Drive fixing the team for losing 3 times in the playoffs and falling short of the goal. And this time in the wild card round. You got beat in the wild card round, by the way. The first time was a divisional round. The next game, you actually got to the NFC Championship game against the Rams, and then the Minnesota game earlier this year. You lost in the wild card round. When did you got time to go out to San Fran and commentate a game? He should have been on that line figuring out what went wrong. And don't tell me he figured it out that fast and it's a conference in 1 week. That's bull. But that's not the hitter part. For people who didn't know that, the hitter part is he was telling them to run the ball. I was trying to get the film to show you that he know what he doing. I was trying to get the film so he was to let you hear what he was telling them people out there about they need to run the ball and that. I'm like, oh, this outdone me. Boy, I'm telling you, if I had that film, I'd play that goddamn film every damn show if I had it. I'm gonna find it though. I'm gonna find it. It was at the pre. If y'all can find it, I'll invite y'all to find it and send it to me at the email. At the promedianetwork@gmail.com. Somebody give it to me. I'll break it down and I'll play it on the show because a lot of people don't remember that. But I'm telling you, I'll be on it. I'll be on it. All right, Sat Scott said things not gonna change this up to Gail Benson. She ain't gonna shake it up, Sat Scott. Gail is gonna stay out there. She gonna leave it to the guys that Tom Benson left with her to fix it. It's gonna be fun. So y'all keep your countenance up on it because it's gonna be fun seeing what Peyton do for the next several weeks because sooner or later, I'm telling you, the forces that be will make it work. And the force is going to be bigger than his ego. It's going to cause a major push in the locker room. It's going to change. It's going to be a culture change because, see, he's existing outside of that locker room. See, the locker room is great. It's a brotherhood and all this kind of stuff. And he exists outside that locker room, but he's coming in conflict with that locker room. And your ego versus that locker room going to win every time. So it's only a matter of time before that locker room bust that ego apart and force him to do what he's supposed to do. That's what I'm counting on. Slick side, I ain't saying that. I was holding that back, but that's what I'm counting on. With your ego versus that locker room is good, but you are in direct conflict with it. But I'm telling you, sooner or later, he going to get on code. I'm telling you. Y'all going to see. So just get your popcorn ready and enjoy this season. Listen, this is going to be an exciting season. Don't get down. Just sit there, get you something to drink because you're going to need plenty of libation. Get you some popcorn, some chicken wings, whatever y'all, if y'all people, you're vegetarians, y'all like whatever, some cauliflower, whatever you got, whatever, how you cook it up, grill it up, whatever you got to do. Just get ready and enjoy yourself. Don't get upset. Enjoy yourself and enjoy all the entertainment and everything because sooner or later you're going to see a switch. It had to come to a head sooner or later. It's been existing for years. Sooner or later, it's got to come to a head, and this is the year, because there is nothing behind it if Drew don't win a Super Bowl. Meaning that everybody's put for the winning season. If you lose and you fail this year, there is nobody but to blame for him. So you can't hide him no more. And everybody will then turn on him, and I'll be like, this is what I've been waiting for. Y'all are all joining me here now. Y'all are all with me now. And we'll see, we'll finally get that under control, and you'll see that balance again. It's coming. It's going to happen this year. I promise you that. I promise you that. All right. Thank you. Appreciate you for that, Crassy. Doing great work with the links, bro. Thank you. Last Saint, thank you for your donation as well, and the rest of the family members. Our brother B Jizzle. Kelly, who that? He said, hey, Big Q. Hey, Coach Big Q. Nah, baby. I know some football. I know some football. I did a little something at the park with the kids before, stuff like that. But, it's the passion, man. People know. Rich Mo says, Laddie Daddy said defense will be all right. He'll cover one side. Bring the pigeons to cover the other one. All right. John says, one fell up. Throw Doc says, no wonder the 49ers asked the Vikings. You like that when they got crushed. How about that? Paul says, Jordan and Davis, Malcolm Jenkins going to snap on Peyton soon. I told you, the personalities. You brought them in the building. The personalities is coming. They're no longer going to let Sean Payton blame the defense for the failures of this team, because they're taking their lumps right now in the press, let me tell you. They're being quiet about it. But I'm telling you, it's only going to go on for so long before it snaps. I'm telling you. Because people, they taking the blame, and it's not really their fault. It's not their fault. They're tired because of Peyton's mismanagement of the offense. I'm telling you, watch. Just pay attention, family. Pay attention. We on point. We see it. Just read the tea leaves. All right, family. Look, listen, we done got to, it's almost 3.5 hours I'm talking to y'all. It's supposed to be an hour and a half show. I gave y'all a whole another hour and a half. But see, I love it, though. I appreciate y'all for putting up with me this long. We're going to run now. So I'd like to thank the family members for joining us in the live stream. Thank you, Crass, for putting all of the links in the chat, brother. Thank you very much for doing that. It helps out greatly. I want to let the family members know, if you want to support the platform, feel free to go to the merch shop and pick you up something, whether it's a hat or a shirt or something. And we have released just in time for Cancer Awareness Month that's coming up. We have our Cancer Awareness collection called Heal That and Beat That. They come in white, pink, and black. Really nice shirts. Go to the Pro Shop if you want to support the platform that way. We got over 50 different hundreds of dozens of products are available at the Pro Shop. And as you can see, as this one scroll, you can see all kinds of shirts for men, women, children, babies. We got onesies, all kind of stuff. Sweaters, hoodies. It's getting a little chilly. Got some pretty decent weather coming out. But if you need hoodies and everything, as you can see, man, we got it all, man. The Pro Shop in the building. Coffee mugs. So if you like coffee, you can drink it in style. Hey, Coach, run a down ball. We got pillows you can dress up your bed with. We got towels, big old towels. We got also bedspreads, smartphone cover cases. You can see we got stickers. We got the yoga pants. We got all kind of stuff, man. Y'all, it's just too much to even much. It's at the Pro Shop. Link in the description sections below. Also, Pro Radio, man. Over 70,000 downloads on Pro Radio, including the Sports Coma, Big Q and the Guys, Pelican Post Game Report, Ring Kings Boxing World, and Tough Tiger Talk. All are available on Pro Radio. Listen to the shows in their audio format on Pro Radio. Also available on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. What else? Good news is we just popped up on Amazon too. We are on the Amazon and Audible. So, a lot of great stuff is going on with us as we continue to move around and shake around. A lot of good work we're putting in. So big ups to the support. Also, speaking of support, you can join the patreon.com at patreon.com/the Pro Media Network. You can sign up for $1, $5, $10, $20, whatever. It helps out the live stream. All money goes back into the platform. Notice we were like a 3-show-a-week program. All of a sudden, we every day. Why? Because of you. Because of your donations, because of your support. We have taken it up levels, man, to meet your love, and we'll continue to work hard for you and represent. So we do we do well over 40 shows a month. I would say close to maybe 60 shows a month. For those who don't know, we got a lot of material that we churn out every month, and we're doing a lot. So if you want to be a part of that and help us out, you can join patreon.com/the Pro Media Network. Sign up. or become a YouTube member as well. And of course, as you join to become a Patreon member, you get access to locked content. You'll be a member of the TSC Q&A live show. That's every Tuesday at 6 o'clock. You also get access, and there's over 20 of those shows available online. There's also over 10 shows from On Q with Big Q where we talk about real topics and how the real news and the real, I call it getting that work. That is available on patreon.com as well. So please feel free to join the patreon.com/the Pro Media Network for more information. Also, big ups to our sponsor. That's right, our sponsor at GetLifeMask.com, a local business. Pelicans, Saints, LSU, they have other masks as well, but this is some of their more popular lines. You can feel free to go to GetLifeMask.com and get these masks. And what's special about the masks is that they come with a filter. That's right, there's a filter. And behind the nose clip of the mask is the PM 2.5 filter. It goes in behind the nose clip, slides in, and it actually filters the air you breathe. And it lasts for 3 months, and it works really well. So if you want to get a nice mask like that to help you and your family, protect your family, go to GetLifeMask.com and breathe easy, and let your pocket breathe easier too with the product code The Sports Coma. Get 10% off on that thing. And also, like I said, thank the family members for joining in for this edition of the show today. About almost 3.5 hours, family. Once again, we do it for the love of the family members, for real, man. We working, we passionate, and we bring that passion and that love everywhere we go. And I appreciate y'all, man, for everything y'all doing. Like I always send a shout out, a love to the family members. Man, y'all deserve it, man. Y'all really do. I love y'all. Appreciate your support that you show from the platform, that you show to me and Mozzie, DC, Eddie Too Mean Johnson, the boxing contributor, and all the family members here that do design work, that design the shirts and do stuff like that. That's a part of the team that you don't see. Man, trust me, we working. So the reality is, I like to thank y'all. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you for your support. Please hit the like button and share the link on your social media. It helps out exponentially and it's free. So for me and the crew here, thank y'all for joining us. I'll see y'all tomorrow on Thursday with some more news and notes from the Saints. So who that to you, and I'll see you tomorrow morning on TSC Unleashed. Peace.
Yeah. Well, all right. Like you always say, welcome. #1 sports talking D. We ain't like the Falcons, we won't blow the lead. Look, all we talk is who that, who got cut and who back. Rookies and the vets, players you should look at. It's the Sports Coma, you don't wanna miss it. Got the pre-game party, post-game statistics. Get a visit from Sway, maybe DC or 5. It's the hottest thing smoking, Big Q and the guys. Go to YouTube Live, make sure you subscribe. Interviews inside the Saints locker room high. Talk to Drew, Jordan, Zach, Peyton, New Orleans, who that nation. Best believe when I say we bleed gold and black. Ain't a miracle or rivalry could ever hold us back. No, Beastquake, Bounty Gate, let the truth be told. It's the Sports